Hello and welcome to the final game of the 2026 Western Ultimate League season. We are here in sunny Gilbert, Arizona at Perry High School, where San Diego Super Bloom, the reigning champs from 2025, have traveled to play the home team, the Arizona Sidewinders. On the mic tonight, my name is Caitlin Doust.
I'm Mark Borger.
And we are so happy to have you here and to close out an incredible season. 2026 has been one of the most exciting Western Ultimate League seasons that I have witnessed, and I'm excited to be able to wrap it up tonight.
Okay. I would say every season's a little bit different, right? And this season is no exception. We've had teams further into the season be available, multiple teams at the top kind of sealing or punching their tickets kind of the last couple games of the season. So even though there's not very many play-in implications or championship weekend implications, it's still going to be an exciting game. I'm ready for it.
I'm ready for it. There might be a little bit of shifting for championship weekend seeding in this game, depending on how the game before us, or the game that's currently happening, which is Bay versus Oregon at Bay. Yeah, so depending on how the result of that game goes, if Bay wins, San Diego has to win this game to retain their number one seed in the Southwest Conference.
Okay.
If Bay loses, San Diego, I think San Diego, if they still lose, depending on point differential, might still be number one. But if Bay wins and San Diego loses, San Diego will lose their number one spot. And you want to be that first seed going into championship weekend so you can play the lower seed in the cross conference.
Oh, absolutely. And you've got to, you want to end your season on a win, on some momentum. Sure, there's things that we want to fix each game, but each team, I'm certain of it, is ready to just show out and play their best game kind of for this game and each successive games. I was talking to both of the coaches for San Diego before the game, and they're looking to play 2 more games.
Yeah.
They're not just done today. They're kind of looking to repeat and to kind of keep that floor up, and it's going to be exciting to see.
Yeah, that makes sense. I know that on paper, San Diego should win this game. On paper, San Diego should win this game based on their performance this year. However, we've seen some exciting things from the Arizona Sidewinders the last few games. They really gave Bay a run for their money, and if a few things had gone their way 2 games ago, we might have been playing for, Arizona might have been playing for a championship weekend spot here tonight. So I'm excited for this game because I think Arizona's coming in really hungry, nothing left to lose in front of their home crowd the last game. And if they win this game, they will be the most successful Arizona Sidewinders team in franchise history with the most wins. So they got a lot to play for tonight.
Well, that is awesome. The attitude of the players, the on-field product, not even just game to game, but point to point. Sometimes you could see the improvement. The players this season are hungry. They're ready for it. It looks like just everybody from the bottom to the top of the roster is bought in, just kind of on, like you said, improving game to game.
Totally.
I'm excited to see what happens.
Yeah, we're looking at the rosters now. We just had the San Diego roster up, and now we have the Sidewinders roster up. Most of the teams are here. Most of the players are here today. We've got a couple of notable players who are missing from both sides. From the Arizona Sidewinders, Captain Kez Gazelle, who was Player of the Week in Week 10, is not present. Right now she has 10 goals for the season and 1,700 yards. So she is definitely a force to be reckoned with, and Sidewinders are going to be missing her tonight. They're also missing Lauren Pisani, number 26, who is one of their end zone targets, and I think that's going to really be hard for them. Like, other players are going to have to step up. So we've had a couple of practice players for Arizona who've now joined the roster and been called up for this game. That's Christina Arnaldi and Lexi Lambert, who are joining us tonight on the Arizona roster.
Yeah, Arnaldi is in her master's program, which kept her kind of away from the team, and Lexi, she has been just showing out at practice after practice, just absolutely crushing it. She played in GCU, and she wanted to shout out her coaches that kind of help her get her here. So she didn't name them, so I don't know their names, but if the GCU coaches are out there listening,
that's exciting.
She was super excited, and
look, Ma, I made it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Love that. For San Diego's side, they have most of their heavy hitters here. They are, however, missing Caitlin Weaver, who was supposed to be rostered tonight and can't make it. Now, Weaver is leading her team in yards right now with almost 2,500 yards, 9 goals, 16 assists, and 7 blocks. So she has been a really strong player for San Diego this season, as in last season. I believe that she was a previous Offensive Player of the Year nominee, and she used to play for LA, so she's seasoned, and they're going to be missing her tonight. But most of San Diego is here tonight besides her.
One of the cool things about their style and their system is that they really force defenses to make decisions. So even if it might not be Caitlin Weaver kind of forcing the defense to make those decisions, I'm positive that there's somebody ready to step up kind of in that next person up, that next bloom up, right? And I'll be interested to see kind of who takes on that role, if it's shared by the whole team or if we get just a breakout game from somebody.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. A few of the players that San Diego had identified as players to watch this game, you've seen kind of run down the field. One I want to call out is Meredith Bile. She previously played for Arizona Sidewinders for several years and then Los Angeles Astra. She was a previous Breakout Player of the Year finalist, and right now she has 9 goals for San Diego. Her coaches say that she's a dynamic deep threat. I can confirm. I have watched her do it for Arizona and many other teams. She stretches the field. She's very fast. She creates great pressure on both sides of the disc. She pairs confident forward-moving offense with strong defensive instincts that generate blocks. So I'm excited to see her get some run-through blocks tonight. I mean, that's just something Meredith Biles known for, and it's been really exciting watching her arc when she first started playing for the Sidewinders, and then now is playing for San Diego and won a championship with them last year.
Yeah, I had a chance to coach her and a few other players on San Diego in 2021, 22, and Meredith takes every opportunity and every little bit of feedback, and you can see it. And some people are just gamers. Some people are just athletes, and she is in the truest sense of the word. So I'm excited to see her just continue that domination kind of from last season into this season to this game. So
totally. Now we're getting into the Arizona Sidewinders roster here. I'd love to kind of call out, I mean, we talked about Lexi Lambert, who, again, risen up from the practice player roster onto the actual roster tonight. But I'd like to talk a little bit about number 51, Kay Powell, who's one of our players to watch. One of the coaches have identified her tonight. She is a captain of the Arizona Sidewinders. This is my favorite fun fact, and I confirmed this with the statistics team before I'm saying it. She is one of only 2 players in WL history to have played every game since the inception of the WL.
Don't say the second player. Everybody in the comments or the social medias, please put your guesses in about who you think it is, or if you're the player, put your name in there. So we'll check back in. Do you have that information?
I know who that player is, but I'd actually rather have people guess in the comments. So in the YouTube comments, let me know who you think is the other person who's played every game in WL.
Do you think, as a captain, that kind of takes away from somebody's individual performance and improvement, or do you think that's affected Kay Powell this season?
I think Kay Powell, more than anything the last 2 years, has been so driven to better herself as a individual player in order to contribute to her team. She recognizes that the only way to level up the entire team is to also be the best player that she can be, so she's really dedicated herself. She sets the standard through her own performance. That's what one of the coaches said.
Absolutely.
Fierce, consistent, and determined. On offense, her coaches say that she understands what the team needs and executes it with unwavering determination. She reads the field clearly, positions herself exactly where the offense needs her, and delivers throws with reliable precision. So she's the handler you want in those scary situations. So we're excited to see what she's got tonight.
And it's somebody who really buys into a system. How many different coaches have the Sidewinders have year to year? How many different offensive systems? And then switching from club to WUL and back again. And each year there's a new system. Kay is on the forefront. She's on that bleeding edge of adopting it and putting it in.
Absolutely. This is going to be a very exciting game, Mark. I know we've talked a lot about the different players on each of the teams, players that we think are going to make an impact on the field tonight. But I think from a macro standpoint, what are you expecting to see, or what would you like to see during the first quarter of this game?
Yeah, if you've been following along at home, I think one of my big sticking points are hollow points. Caitlin, do you know what those are?
I'd love for you to tell me about hollow points.
Hollow points are the point at the end of the game. Oh, no, it looks like we're going to have the national anthem. And we're going to be listening to it, so I'm going to fade myself out. Awesome. Wonderful little national anthem. Hey, the more I hear it, the better it gets, right? And now I think we're going to do a little bit of a land acknowledgement. It's something that the past couple years has been really, really cool to kind of hear, see, and experience kind of in this region.
The landscape that we play on tonight is sacred. It is awesome. Teapot reflects cultural values that are central to their way of life. This land continues to be spiritually connected to the Autumn and the Salt River, Sima Maricopa Indian Community, and Gila River Indian Community. We accept the responsibility of stewarding these places and solid waste land to consider.
All right, now it's time for the coin flip, which will determine which team starts on offense and which team starts on defense and what side of the field they will be pulling or receiving from. It doesn't look very windy here tonight, so it's not as pertinent or important as it could be if it was windy, winning the coin flip. But we are doing something a little bit different here tonight. We are asking a current player, Helen Eifert, number 46, to come out and complete the coin flip. And the reason is that Helen is the founder of the Arizona Sidewinders. So she's the reason so many of us who support the Sidewinders are here today, myself included. In 2019, she truly had a dream and with the help of the Arizona community founded the Arizona Sidewinders as part of the Western Ultimate League. Since then, she's been an integral part of the team as a manager, an advisor, a captain, and of course, a player. Over her 5 seasons with the Snakes, she's notched 25 goals, 20 assists, 29 blocks, and over 3,700 yards. Her 29 blocks make her the franchise leader in blocks for Arizona and 8th all-time on the WUL leaderboard. The reason we're honoring her tonight is Helen is leaving Arizona for an exciting new chapter in Europe. And while we are very sad to see her go, we are so grateful for her inspiration, determination, and grit and the legacy for the Sidewinders that she leaves behind. So thank you very much, Helen. I'm so excited that she's going to complete this coin flip.
And it wasn't just at the highest level. Oh, no.
Oh, come on, Helen.
We'll fix it in post. We'll fix it in post. It wasn't just at the highest level. Helen as soon as she got into the Valley, the youth leagues or the youth programs, the clinics, the college teams, the mid to low level women's teams, and just every facet of Arizona Ultimate Frisbee, Helen, before she came here to after, she certainly left it better.
Absolutely. And I joked with her before this game when I talked to her. I said, I blame you for all of this, Helen, because she's the one who got me into this. But jokes aside, we're really glad to have her, and we hope she has just a banner game tonight, you know?
And while we've got some time, kudos to Helen, but kudos to you, Kaylin. A lot of people might not know it, but you are one of the 3 or 4 people who you're meeting, as far as I know, every single week. You're lugging things to each game. You had to leave setting up for the actual event to come up here and commentate today. So absolutely thank you for everything you do. Really excited to just kind of share the booth with you today.
Thank you so much, Mark. Yeah, there are a lot of people who work really hard in this league and on the team level to make this happen. And we're so grateful for the volunteers. Like 2026, every year prior to this would not have happened without our volunteers, our staff, our dedicated fans. So again, I am just so honored to be up here in the booth with you for this final game of the season. I love commentating and I don't get to do it very often. So I'm ready to kick this off. Let's
Absolutely. One of the cool things, if you're a player that's trying to get better at Ultimate Frisbee, San Diego and Arizona this year too, you know, in years past that might not have been the case, but both of these teams are showcases on kind of what to do, how to adjust, how to play at the highest level of the game. San Diego, they win close games.
Absolutely, yeah.
Last week, even though Appenglow, I think they led in almost everything except red zone efficiency, a whopping 76% for San Diego. If they get the disc and they're close to the end zone, which is just past our brick marks, and they don't look marked, but well, if a pull goes out of bounds, we'll see where those are. But if they get, the closer they get to the end zone, the more likely it is for them to score, which kind of sounds like a silly stat to say, but I would be terrified if I was the opposing team. Now, on the Sidewinders side of things, if they get momentum, if it's a stop disc, defenses kind of have an easier time. But if the Sidewinders get a couple of passes in a row, either horizontally or vertically, they are almost impossible to stop.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited to see what each team comes, because they know each other so well.
Absolutely.
How they come out in defenses and what their responses are going to be kind of from the first quarter and beyond. Okay, now back to those hollow points. Those are the final points. It's 30 seconds left, and your team has the disc. Do you hold on to the disc until there's 0 seconds? Do you try to score as quickly as you can? And the hollow point is a team had the disc and didn't score. So nobody scores at the end of a quarter.
Yeah.
So far, the Sidewinders have only done that twice this year.
Only scored twice?
If they have had the disc at the end of a quarter.
Yeah.
Now, somebody can fact check me on that, but I'm pretty sure. And then San Diego, as we saw, they are excellent. If they've got the disc at the end of the quarter, at the end of the half, they are making sure that they score it.
It looks like Kristen Pajunas is going to pull for the San Diego Super Bloom. I'd love to point out a fun fact I learned before this game is that Pajunas is only one block shy of 50 career blocks. So if she gets a block tonight, I'm screaming it from the rooftop.
50 career.
She is fantastic. She is such a solid player. She was a previous Offensive Player of the Year, and she's third all-time in the WUL in blocks.
Oh, my gosh. Well, let's see
if
she even gets a chance. And it looks like it's Melissa Dunn back from her cruise up to Kristen Reed and an immediate out-of-bounds throw. They've taped it off this game, fans, but it's a little bit closer than we're used to. So even though the sideline is further away, and it looks like Kelly Iwamoto is picking up the disc.
This is a really unfortunate turn of events for Sidewinders to drop it immediately when they have possession. And looks like we're getting it back. A bobble there from Cam Helm, 91.
So maybe a little bit more humid. And Hannah Heaton on the around. Leah Jamison is picking up the disc. Now, O'Connell is winding up for a huge backhand release. Let's see who gets to it first. And it's two San Diego players. That's number 24, Jenna Mansfield. An excellent block by her. You know, as a defender, you don't want to give up on the disc.
No, and I mean, had that disc had a slightly different angle, there could have been a different outcome, right? So there was no pressure. There was really no stall count on Caroline there, but she is known for her big hucks, and we'll see a few of those connect tonight.
Yeah, Iwamoto with the middle of the disc, distributing it down, and Helm snags it in that time, kind of the more difficult throw. And it looks like in the middle of the field, Zetner, a little bit too far. Fans, you'll have to, I'm looking back and forth. It's my first time play-by-play, so I'll have just a tiny bit of grace.
You're doing great, Mark.
Oh, you can see San Diego players gearing up as O'Connell around to Powell. She's surveying the middle of the field. Decides not to go backfield and goes upfield. And this time, we've got the space. Kristen Reed with steps. And now 7 seconds is not very long. She's looking to reset the disc as quickly as possible. Jamison gives her a chance, but the defense is all over her.
Oh.
Melissa Dunn just a little bit outside.
Just a bit outside. That was, again, an unfortunate look there, but it looked like she was probably high in the stall count. Sometimes that 7 seconds really sneaks up on you.
And we mentioned the wind. As the temperature changes, it will be a little swirly higher up, so those higher throws might be affected. All right, into the middle with Ellis, around to Bachunas. Now, usually she's initiating downfield, and then Zetner, surveying, decides not to go deep this time. Vertical momentum with Ellis, but nothing there.
Really good lockdown defense there by 21, Caroline O'Connell.
Cameron Helm seals off the defender with her body to get it. She's going backfield just to give a better angle for Iwamoto, around to
cheeky,
Zetner.
But Caroline O'Connell grabs it. Oh, no, immediate turn.
These players, we got to see the disc into our hand, but both teams are playing so close that all of these kind of drops or Ds are razor thin margins. Now, I talked about the end zone. San Diego is firmly in the end zone. Oh, an offsides call. Iwamoto in the middle. She has every throw possible. Around to Leslie, who hits Cameron Helm in the end zone. If you get that first break around, where should they be looking after that?
Then, I mean, Cameron was wide open on that one. It was almost out the back, but we know Cam is fast. She used to play for the Arizona Sidewinders, so the team is very aware of her speed and her positioning. Was a lot of turnovers on both teams, a lot of bobbles, a lot of miscues there for that first point. But I think that the teams are shaking out that rust a little bit. But we're going to get a replay here to watch this disc over there. That was a cheeky throw.
Yeah, and Melissa
Iwamoto
sorry.
around to Guzman. Oh, sorry. That was Mika Leslie, and Leslie sending it to Cam Helm to the very back corner, who thinks she might have to lay out, but she doesn't have to at the very end.
Absolutely. I apologize. And again, I'm sorry if I kind of step on your toe. Caitlin, I'm going to try my best not to. Okay, that's the official YouTube apology out there. Here's our Sidewinders, our first look on offense. And do you think that they have maintained the rep that they've got about being a team that wants to throw it deep whenever they can?
They've got nothing to lose tonight, so I think that they're going to be sending some stuff, testing some things tonight. So yeah, I mean, I hope we all love a big throw, a big huck, a big hammer. So
yeah, here's Pisani with no mark, and Janet Wan will throw it early to Spiegel, and it's a little give and go between Spiegel and Wan. I apologize.
You're good.
Back to Applegate in the middle, who's clearing out for Brito on the far side. Unable to kind of get the far side continue, is going to follow her throw across. Applegate surveying the field. The patented high release, best in the business to do it. Chip Chang looking above. Does she throw over the top or kind of back to the middle? We're dribbling the backfield.
Sometimes that happens, even between two players who have played for so long together and know each other so well. There can be miscues. Big put to Abby Schultz.
Okay, and then Schultz, same position she was in with Kristen Reed just a second ago. Let's see if Arizona Sidewinders can play and she gets the reset off. Back to Pajunas oh no, this number is not on my card. I apologize. Is that 88? Bloom. So Bloom is going to take...
Bloomy had that big huck down to Schultz.
Taking over kind of in the middle. Pajunas says, here, give it to me. I'm going to put it in the end zone for number 15, Megan Maxfield. Oh, wait a second. That's two scores, two former Sidewinders. Is that half points?
I think this is purposeful by San Diego right now. They're like, all right, we're here on your home turf. We're really going to give it to you. Megan Maxfield played for the Arizona Sidewinders for many years as well. She is an absolute threat. Let's watch her do it again. So here's that turnover we saw. Well, that cheeky throw from Paige Applegate first to Chip Chang. Then there was a turnover here, just a little bit of a miscue. But Laura Blume, she takes advantage of it, hucks it down to Abby Schultz, who is just an absolute breakout star this year. And then Pajunas finds Maxfield right here, just past the hands of Madison Spiegel for a score.
And it looked like Schultz was ready. And a lot of times what these better teams will do is they'll have that second layer of player. So even if the first throw to Maxfield went a little bit awry, Schultz was right there ready to score it. So now we've got our first score, first break, and the Sidewinders coming out with a little bit different of a setup, a few different players. Powell is going to center it to O'Connell, kind of surveying the field. The mark is on now. Lippincott. We're looking reset very early, and Powell, great defense by number 97. Guzman to stop that huck. O'Connell will throw it deep, and she does. Here's Lexi, and I think she's in.
Lexi Lambert.
First point, first game.
Let's go. I'm not supposed to show bias up here, but we can all get behind the fact that a practice player who was just elevated this week to the roster just scored her very first, I believe, professional point ever. What's very, very exciting at number 81, Lexi Lambert.
Maybe these young kids, she had the stream open. She was probably listening to us and said,
here's that replay. This is Powell getting that up that line throw to Caroline, who patented big huck, and Lexi is just open by a mile, tracks it down safely with that pancake catch.
And you saw her, if we zoomed in, you'd see those eyes. She jumped to get into the end zone right at the outside. Last Sidewinders game, there were several instances of just out of the end zone. So making sure that she got in bounds right there.
Having that awareness when you are very close to the end zone can make or break. Because if you catch it just outside the end zone, it's really hard to score in that position, right?
Absolutely.
Like you got to look at your feet, but you also got to track the disc. You got to jump in. It's tough.
Mm-hmm. All right, it looks like Ellis is going to receive the disc and center to Iwamoto for this point. And the Sidewinders are coming down more of in a zone look. Let's see if Zettner takes advantage of it. Iwamoto certainly will. The big fake to move the mark and just eating up chunks of yards.
Oh.
Sunny Harris unable to come up with the block with Jenna Mansfield and the easy point.
Yeah, Sunny Harris had position there at first and then backed behind her player. And who was that? Sorry, I missed number. Mika Leslie.
And that's twice she's been near the end zone.
Yeah, let's see this again. So Iwamoto, arsenal of throws, goes over the top to Zettner, who dishes it back to Iwamoto, who almost puts it, but Stepmeyer covers, and then she sends it. Yeah, there was that positioning there. Sunny was just there, but Mansfield sends it over to Mika Leslie for a score.
Yeah, Mansfield. Every player on the San Diego Super Bloom, they look like they are ready to always be looking about where the off-disc defender isn't, and they're going to go there.
Yeah.
And the cooler thing, you can tell these players have been working on their throws. They're ready for championship weekend because they're putting it without hesitation. All right, for this next hook, the Sidewinders next point, the Sidewinders are looking just to stabilize. 3-1 is not the worst place to be. Caroline O'Connell in the middle, and the Super Bloom are kind of shifting all the way over to stop that big hook with their body. Oh, just a little bit behind Lippincott. All right, we're picking it up, and I'm assuming that's Walter to Blume to Maxfield. And it's that inside throw that Pajunas is known for over the top.
Right into the hands of one of our players to watch, Meredith Bile. Again, another former Sidewinder, San Diego. I mean, geez.
That's 1.5 points for Arizona. So the score, if you're keeping track of the score at home, for this next replay, Kaylin, if you don't mind, I misspoke during the point. So I'll if I could take this one just slightly behind. She just recognized Lippincott a little sooner. But it wasn't the throw. Pajunas will come across the field. So when I talked about that inside, and then she's just got a wide open throw to Bile, who high points it perfectly.
Absolutely. Great read there.
So I misspoke. I said known for those inside throws. Really what she does, if you watch her play, is she will force a defender to guard her as she's going for a continue, and then busts even faster towards that open space and gets hit. San Diego is throwing early in the stall count, and it's not that Sidewinders are playing bad defense.
They're just not moving nearly as quick as San Diego right now. San Diego is playing very quick ball here. And it's showing. I mean, like Arizona has had several opportunities on offense, and San Diego's capitalized on them and taken it to the end zone, and that's why the score is 4-1 currently. And if those former Sidewinders could just stop scoring, I'd say don't forget where you came from, right? You know, like we taught them everything they know. Just kidding.
Okay, let's see. We have Victoria Gray. It's the first time they're on the field that I'm gonna try to get a little bit better at, and we'll see if anything. Oh, we're pointing a little bit, so we'll see if they come down in man or person, or if they kind of match up a little bit.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how Sidewinders are going to adjust their offensive structures here. They're not really playing traditional offense and defensive lines this season. Occasionally, some players are playing more on one or the other, but they've mixed it up, kind of like Seattle had done in the past couple of years.
All right. Stombaugh immediately down on the disc, putting initial pressure. Applegate sees when, but doesn't quite have a look.
Ooh.
Oh, Reed with the excellent throw below the knees. Back to Applegate, who's going to always be ready to throw. Another inside. We were here earlier. Kaylin, let's see if we can come away with some points this time. Brito in the middle of the field. Back to LP Aragon. Brito's following her throw and then gets it this time. And now let's see kind of as San Diego looks to tighten up. LP has all of the throws to get it there. Content to just break it in front. but Chip Chang will send it to the end zone. Just out of the reach, and it's looking like a Madison Spiegel front spike. She didn't go back, but another high point. These players in the end zone are catching the disc at the highest possible point. It's exciting to watch.
Yeah, and honestly, that point, the Sidewinders were playing much quicker. We just talked about that.
Yeah.
They picked up their speed there. They took the open shot when it was available, and now you can see the result of that. Madison was, here's that really tight throw. Kristen saves it by her ankles. Paige Applegate, another high release flick to Chip Chang. And then LP Aragon to Chip, who's going to find Madison in the end zone, who high points it right there.
Excellent.
Over her defender.
And, we highlighted Caroline O'Connell just getting off of a plane at the beginning of last game. Our two Sidewinders this game are Paige Applegate and Kristen Reed. They just got back from a multiple day, I don't know how long, the river, if it's different on river time. But
river time is different, Mark. As someone who's been down the rivers, fun fact, Paige Applegate is a Grand Canyon river boat guide, river raft guide. I have had the pleasure of going down the Colorado with her, and I'll tell you, time moves differently down there.
But it looks like no rust necessary.
Nope.
Both players playing at their absolute best. The Sidewinders are coming down on defense with Ellis to start. Iwamoto off to the side, quickly breaking it up to Cameron Helm wide open, even with no mark. And now it's a foot race. Let's see if Melissa Dunn can kind of position. And she gets a hand in there. Excellent defense.
Absolutely incredible speed, closing speed from Melissa Dunn there. I mean, she was open. Pajunas sent it. Melissa closed and was able to just get enough on that to get it out. I'm really impressed by that there.
And that's the first time we haven't seen Zettner coming in to distribute. This time she was able to push out and attack the disc, but unable to come up with it.
This is a really important point for the Sidewinders.
Yeah, they've got to keep it close. Just a little bit too far. Caroline O'Connell, a little high stall count, and put it out there, but Melissa Dunn unable to come up with it.
It was an important point. They could maybe get it back here, but San Diego might capitalize. That's what they have been doing.
Yeah, Pajunas cutting across the field to catch it and then immediately distributing. Helm catches, looks upfield, is ready to throw. Pajunas again. An excellent inside rip to an open Zettner. Zettner said, you know what? Instead of the deep shot, I'll just catch it on a nice little 5 yard.
They were ready for that score. They said, I earned it. I want it back. That was, again, really quick movement. Pajunas has been just the center of all of these plays so far. Maybe some hockey assists here. So there's that big look. Let's see that closing speed, that positioning from Mel Dunn. And incredible block there. I mean, both players went after it.
Mm-hmm. And now you're going to see
attempted layout by Alex Goldstein on Cam Helm. Cam Helm distributing up to Pajunas. Pajunas hitting number 24, Jenna Mansfield, and then distributing it to, again, number 7, Teresa Zettner, who is one of our players to watch for San Diego tonight.
Players to watch alert.
Yeah, she is leading her team in blocks, Teresa Zettner. She currently has 7 goals, 4 assists, 11 blocks, and over 1,100 yards so far. Her coaches say she is a high-energy cutter who plays bigger than her size, uses timing, positioning, and aggressive attacks in the air to generate yards. So they said she's a workhorse offensively, and we just saw that in the last point.
Absolutely, and it looked like Walter, and we're pretty far away, so if I get any names wrong, I apologize, with the pull, and the pulls are about the same distance each time, so the wind isn't super effective right now. Applegate up the field to LP. She hasn't taken many shots this game, and it looks like this won't be any different. We're going to kind of give and go in the backfield to a big break around. Let's see if Chip Chang has anything upfield, and it looks like she does. She has Britos. Not quite anything. And we're getting stymied kind of for that second look. Kristen Reed toes the line. She's in bounds. A big backhand to the other side.
Oh, my goodness.
Excellent read by Madison Spiegel with the double-handed upward spike. And one of the things earlier in the season is Kristen Reed was a huge pickup defensively, but just she wasn't distributing offensively. And that's probably the farthest throw we've seen from her all year.
Here's the play. LP Aragon over to Reed. Reed just absolutely launching a massive backhand. The vision to see Madison Spiegel. 99 Lexa Stemba. A game of inches there as they go up. Wow, look at that moon
oh my gosh,
tonight.
Can we see where we are? Oh, yeah, it is coming up just on the horizon. So If any players are werewolves, we're going to find out tonight.
We're going to find out.
Oh, yeah. One of the cooler things to see is if you're a defender, there's nothing we can say for that defender in terms of making them feel better or anything, but we're not trying to.
And they were in the right spot. They went up. They almost had a game of inches. It just floated just enough, and just enough vision from Reed to see that corner for Madison Spiegel.
But if you're a defender out there, do not give up. Always try to high point that disc, because you're going to get them more often than not. You're never going to know how high you can jump until you try. Oh, the Super Bloom are ready to move it. They said, we're going to center that disc immediately. We're going to push it to the far side of the field, back over all the way to Krishnikova. She's a little bit back. Oh, no. Abby Schultz. It's a new line, Caitlin.
You're doing great. That's Mars Bao.
Oh, yeah. If you know the names, please, absolutely.
Margot Nissen over to Harushnikova. Harushnikova back up to Nissen. Nissen is going to send it to Guzman, I believe that is.
And let's see if anybody gets in a round. And if she has a second around or just kind of throws it forward.
Oh, Abby Schultz with her fancy footwork.
Excellent.
Unstoppable Abby Schultz.
They threw me off. A completely new line. I was getting in the rhythm, but thanks for kind of stepping in there. I'm going to get the players' names as we go on this game.
You're doing great, and you know what? That's what teamwork up here.
Yeah.
Abby Schultz, I just got to talk about her for a second. I'm sure we're going to see a replay here. Let's see this. We've got Guzman who distributes it over back to Nissen. And Nissen, let's see the footwork from Schultz here. Here it is. She's going to do one way and immediate step. Beautiful move there. This is what she's been doing all season long. She is leading her team in goals. Before that point, it was 13 goals, 6 assists and 8 blocks, and over 1,200 yards. I would be not surprised if she was a breakout player of the year this year for the league or a nominee. She has been playing absolutely phenomenally.
And you can tell that is practiced. She is putting in the work. She has gone out to a field or to a gym and said, I'm going to work on these specific moves. Melissa Dunn got caught looking a little bit, looking back, and we'll see if the Sidewinders respond. It's 6-3 right now, but that is not any big amount of point difference. Both teams ready to make an impact. LP Aragon surveying the field. Jenna Wan looking up. Wonder if there was contact. No hand signals there.
It did look like there was some contact, but they didn't call it. So, so it's a bummer that it didn't connect with their receiver there. But now San Diego has a chance to really stretch this score. 6-3 is not too bad, but 7-3 starts to crawl away.
And it looked like Mansfield was the one responsible for the block. And Leslie picking up back to the middle to Ellis. Excellent composure with the disc, even at the high stall count. Kind of looked away from Yamamoto, but Leslie was there to bail her out. Cameron Ham coming across the field. Let's see if she's rewarded. No bump, but Pachuna's clearing out instead of getting the disc this time. And a timeout. And you can kind of feel it. You know, the difference between what looks easy and what looks a little bit tougher. Okay, so the hand on the head right there is a stall call. If they go to the observers, and it's no stall. So the disc will remain with San Diego, and it's going to come back. The timeout is going to be where the disc was instead of that kind of continuation. And
it's tough for those stall outs. I mean, when you're on the field and you're breathing hard and you're running, sometimes you're counting faster than you think you are. And 7 seconds is very fast. And a lot of times we find that the stalls are not true stalls. In some cases they are, but there's a lot of pressure, a lot of heat on the field. Like, you can be talking fast. Like, I wasn't really aware on that one, so I'm not sure if I believe that was a stall or not. I was totally focused on the timeout. But those you'll see oftentimes there are a lot of stalls that get turned over on the field because of that.
Yeah, players themselves as they play versus players on the sidelines versus just spectators. Everybody has a different 7 seconds.
We all have the best perspective, you know?
Absolutely. We haven't gotten the automatic balls and strikes system from baseball for the timeouts yet. We're still a growing league, but I think it's totally okay. You don't see there's not any particular player or teams that abuse this. It's just sometimes we get sped up or sometimes we don't, right?
It happens even in USAU Ultimate where there's a 10-second stall.
Yeah, absolutely.
People talk fast there.
All right. And so as we come in, this is going to be kind of the first look we have at San Diego coming in from a stopped disc. Traditionally in the past, they will flood out of an area. So they'll clear an area to have somebody attack. Let's see if they do that now. Oh, and the area was downfield. That is a huge rip from Ellis and a bigger catch from Schultz. Pajunas offering that dump, but she doesn't need to. Maxfield with the disc on the side or on the end zone line, not quite in yet. She's surveying her options, decides to dump it back. Pajunas with the entire world, and it looks like Spiegel is making an impact on both sides of the disc.
Yeah, that was going to be a score, but Madison is very quick. Madison Spiegel's very quick to respond there. I got to get props to Ellis to Abby Schultz. Abby Schultz just is absolutely huge in the air there.
Even though it didn't end up with a score, definitely my current play of the game with that rip.
Yeah, put it on a poster, please.
Put it on a poster. All right, and back to the action. It looks like Liv taking a shot downfield, double coverage, but
I liked the shot. To be honest, I did like the shot.
Running deep,
I would throw that to Spiegel.
Oh, yeah.
No, I wouldn't personally because I can't throw a
Who
flick hook,
wouldn't if they could? And now let's see if San Diego comes with the same kind of opening play, but it doesn't look like it. They're just kind of in a regular offense. Oh, yeah. Now
the traffic there.
The call here is she's going to say with both hands she stopped rotation of the disc, and Wen, for her part, is going to say, hey, I felt the disc kind of here. I don't think I touched your hand or anything. So it's going to either come down to the players to resolve it or if they go to the observers.
Here's a quick replay on that foul call. Looks like
it looks like rotation has stopped.
It does look like rotation has stopped, and Janet hits it out of her hand. But at the same time, I don't know if Maxfield really had full possession.
Yeah, it looked like she was readjusting her.
Yeah,
and our observer seems to agree. Okay. Both players agree. Now, what's going to happen is the observers are going to. We're not going to see it. They're going to count for 4 kind of counts where everybody can move. Oh, it looks like Maxfield withdrew her call.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Big shot from LP Aragon to an immediate turn and block from Ellis.
Oh, absolutely. And now we're looking back upfield for San Diego. We've been here a couple times before. Iwamoto with the huge fakes, always moving her marks. And then Mika Leslie. Play did continue.
This is the end of the quarter.
It's the end of the quarter. San Diego's got it. If they don't score, it would be a hollow point.
Pajunas looks for a big huck to Abby Schultz, who, again, like Madison Spiegel, if Abby Schultz is running downfield, I'm going to huck it to her.
Once you get a couple of points into a game, do you find that players who find that early success, right? Schultz has had a couple of deep throws deep cuts that were successful. Madison Spiegel had a couple of deep cuts that are successful. Do you think teams need to be pulling back from it, or they just keep going until it doesn't work?
If a player is what we call hot, if a player's hot, you're getting the disc to them, right? Like, they are top gun. That's like, they're the number one. If they're playing hot, if they're getting blocks, if they're getting scores, you want to keep distributing it to them until they can't anymore. So we're wrapping up to the end of the first quarter. It is 6 points San Diego, 3 points Arizona Sidewinders. We're glad to have you here in beautiful sunny Arizona, although you're not here with us. It's almost a full moon. Tomorrow is the full moon.
Is this the blue moon? Or because I know that there's going to be a month with 2 full moons.
I'm wondering if it's
this one. It's very late.
I'm a bit of a witchy girl, and I should know that, Mark.
Is waxing and waning? Is waxing with the shadow on the left or the right? Again, throw those in the comments.
I prepared for this game, but not for the questions about astronomy.
What was our starting trivia? 2 players to have played every single game.
Do you guys want to know the answer?
I would like to know the answer, absolutely.
So there are only 2 players who have played every game in WUL history.
Okay.
And one of those is Kay Powell, number 51 in the Arizona Sidewinders. And the other one is Castique Williams from Utah Wild.
Oh.
Yes, pretty exciting. I don't know if you guys got that. I haven't checked the YouTube comments. I will go back later and find out.
We don't have a prize or anything other than just personal pride, but excellent for both players. In other sports, in other sports, it's an Iron Man, but we can be an Iron Person or an Iron Woman. Here, it's totally fine.
Totally.
Those players that play every single game, it's awesome to see.
Absolutely.
We'll see if we have a little bit of time before. In the WUL, the quarters are a little bit quicker. We're trying to, we're messing with the product to try to get the most exciting thing. And if we have time, we're gonna see some highlights here.
Here's a last play here with Abby Shields. Put it on a poster. Oh, over 3 Sidewinders players.
Oh,
I mean,
no.
honestly. Listen, if you're thinking about how can I get these kind of high-quality highlights or live streaming coverage at your next game, event, or tournament, our streaming partners, TVX Video, have been serving the Southwest since 2005 and are the 2026 official streaming partners of the Arizona Sidewinders. And they also stream the Los Angeles Astra and San Diego Super Bloom home games. From multicam live broadcasts like this one you see here right tonight to simple event coverage, TVX can make it happen. Visit tvxvideo.com to start planning your event today. And now we are off. We've got
Absolutely.
Bloomy with the disc. Bloomy moving it up to Meredith Bile.
Now, let's see. Earlier in her career, Bile wouldn't have been as confident to make that even like 20-yard throw. And this time she is dribbling back with Maxfield.
Absolutely. It's been great watching her grow from the first season on. Big put.
Oh, Walter just putting it up. Oh, so that's somebody we don't see very often. Is that a Luna, a.k.a. Toad? Did you know her nickname was Toad?
Luna Falk from Tucson, Arizona. Great body positioning there. Maxfield is fast and very good at running down cuts like that. So that was an impressive block from Luna Falk.
Huge throw by Walter, too, but just an even better block. Now, Sidewinders, they have been able to generate movement up the field. Helen Eifert with excellent body control to keep it in bounds. Back to Powell, who's going to doesn't quite have the throw that she wanted. Cameron Helm wasn't sure whether or not she wanted to lay out on that one or if she wanted to let Melissa Dunn have one for once. And it looks like Powell is just working it up the field.
Wow, quick release by Powell. Oh, I like the quick vision and the quick movement there, but sometimes your teammate's not ready to move that fast.
No, and when players kind of are not in the position that they need to be or are unaware, they don't have the time to react. Oh, and a giant throw. Pajunas tracking it all the way in, and she's surveying, almost about to rip another one. Will Bile do it? She hits the safe under. Maxfeld sees it. She will throw this backhand if there's space, and Meredith tracking it down. Unfortunately for Cody Lippincott, not quite there, but you defenders get out of position when there are multiple turns. San Diego was better prepared to kind of hit the not safer, but the more traditional cuts.
Yeah. Another goal for Meredith Bile. That's 2 so far tonight. I'm hoping to see a replay on this one. I know Bloomy was distributing that disc.
Who threw the Bloomy with the massive throw to start?
Absolutely confident backhand going down to none other than Kristen Pajunas, distributing to Meredith Bile, who's sending it upfield to Megan Maxfield. And Maxfield seeing the vision, Meredith continuing that. So dished it to Maxfield and then continued her cut. That is one of the hardest cuts to mark besides like the front of the sack. It's like if you are on a roll, if you're hot, that give and go, you dish that disc out and put that person in power position and send yourself down the field. It's hard to mark as a defender.
Absolutely. Guzman has had some excellent pulls this game. Most of them have stayed in bounds, and this one's not going to be any different. We're getting pretty good distance. And it looks like LP Aragon is going to start off the action. Reed on the far side doesn't have the far continue and is going to throw back to the middle to Brito. Doesn't look downfield, looks back up to Cynthia Thomas. Cynthia will rip it deep. Oh, Brito just content to stay in the middle of the field. Reed looking it all the way in. Toes, not even a question. Paul, put those hands up. It is a Sidewinders goal.
That is a Sidewinders goal, yes. I have another interesting fact for you tonight, Mark Borger. Kristen Reed, this is her first season with the Sidewinders. With that score, she has now set the single season scoring record for the Arizona Sidewinders with 18 goals in one season.
That is excellent. And maybe those river trips were, it is what we needed, kind of a reset. And
I loved how quickly that disc was moving there. It was full confidence in all the players, quick dishes, and then Reed was beautifully open on that side of the end
I know
zone.
we had Memorial Day recently, but no glizzies anywhere on the screen there. Just saw it all the way in. She did have a few drops kind of in the warm-ups as they were playing, but saw that one all the way.
It's a bad day to be a hot dog, you know?
You have these players who, as soon as it's the game and they're in it, it's just another gear. And Kristen Reed is absolutely one of those.
Kristen Reed has absolutely elevated this team as well. She was a huge pickup in the offseason, previously playing for Colorado Alpenglow, taking a year or two off, coming back to the Sidewinders, and has just been an offensive force on the team. Great bid.
Layout. Oh, absolutely. Zedner continuing on. Pajunas there, not quite ready. She was coming towards the disc, and then just a miscommunication between Zentner and Pajunas.
Well, and Lindsay Doyle has that closing speed and long arms to be able to get in there and snag that block.
So now let's see if the Sidewinders can take advantage. We do have our Lexi Lambert out there. She might... Nope, wasn't able to kind of take another deep shot. And so the Sidewinders just taking their time, hitting those arounds. Doyle is looking back to the middle of the field, not gaining very many yards, but still resetting that stall count. Oh, and Caroline O'Connell tripped up. Sniper?
Sniper, yeah. A little bit down there. Seems like there's no foul call, just to trip up and a little bit of spirit of the game, getting back up so that they can both play.
Yeah, and so the other players not on the disc are going to have 4 seconds to kind of move around. Eifert with the first catch, nothing downfield to continue.
Oh!
And then Iwamoto says, thank you, I will take that.
Yeah, Iwamoto filled that lane. Nice poach. Good read. Saw what Eifert wanted and took it away.
Mm-hmm. Those best defenders, they're just playing offense. And they're just getting to the throwing lanes before. Lambert with a great D on that San Diego action of cutting to the sideline and coming back. Now it's back to the middle of the field for Cameron Helm, but unable to kind of position her body because she will lay out for those.
Oh.
And forces the turn. Helm, let's see if she gets rewarded. The big backhand.
And a classic.
And a huge bid.
Cameron Helm is known for her big bids, and she used to do them for Arizona, then she did them for LA, and now she's doing them for San Diego. I mean, that whole sequence of events, Sidewinders are trying to push the pace. They're trying to push the pace to keep up with San Diego, and I understand, but those 2 turnovers on that point were because they were pushing the pace and their teammates weren't ready. But San Diego takes advantage of that.
Oh, yeah. During this run deep, I had the pleasure of coaching Cam in college. So I'm going to take a look. It put me on the stat sheet for 1 goal. No, just kidding. Helm has just exploded after coming, not leaving Arizona, but every team that she's been on, she's improved, and it just goes to show there, turning defense into instant offense.
That was a top play nominee.
Oh, we've got 2 top play nominees.
I think we got 2 top play nominees tonight.
Arizona, get on the list there.
We're going to see some. I think the Sidewinders are looking. I think
some of their scores have been pretty not basic, but they've been. Hey, I'm just going to throw.
I think they're going to find the fire now.
Oh,
I think they're going to find the fire. They're going to take a beat. They're going to slow down maybe a little bit and find their center.
And it looks like LP starting with the disc to Wan on the far side is motioning Reed in, and she's ready to throw a second. Not a backhand this time. It was a forehand, and we see the difference. Brito, she attacked the space correctly. And let me check the flags. No wind.
No
Caitlin.
wind, yeah.
All right. And San Diego, they will push to the sideline and then back to the middle of the field. So let's see if the Sidewinders can kind of adjust that either on the marks or as they defend the cutters.
And I just got a recent update that it's looking like Bay Area Falcons are going to beat Oregon Soar. They're currently up 10 points with less than a quarter left. What that means is that San Diego has to win this game to maintain their number 1 seed in the Southwest. Oh, another block from Madison Spiegel.
Oh, there you go. And then, just like you were saying, Brito picks it up. So maybe in points, the Sidewinders are getting sped up a little bit. However, Applegate back to Reed. She's now looking to throw it deep this time. We'll hit an underneath to LP, who does have the range, but nobody's cutting for her. Wan and Applegate kind of the same spot.
Kind of crowding there, yeah.
Yeah, Applegate did chisel up to get the chicken wing.
I thought Paige Applegate was going to throw a chicken wing right there.
Don't tease us like that.
I wouldn't put it past her, though. She thought about it. Ain't no thing but a chicken wing. That one did not work out.
That is river time for us.
Yeah.
Well, maybe she heard us and said, okay, well, I'm going to do it.
She has the arsenal of throws. Actually, I got another fun fact for you. I'm full of them tonight. Paige Applegate is leading the league in completions above expected, which basically means that her range of throws is much harder than everybody else's, and she completes those at a higher percentage than people expect, like the average person expects. So that's a cool stat. Oh, big huck from LP.
I'm wondering if we're going to get a timeout from either team. The timeouts do not carry over from half to half. San Diego did already take one, but right there,
I'm kind of confused as to what happened there. I know I was blabbering on about completions above expected, but I'm not sure if Aragon was high in the stall count there, and that's why she sent it. It's kind of uncharacteristic.
She looked to throw kind of the backhand that kind of helixes back to the far side, to a far side from us as we're looking. Oh, both teams have the fever. Pajunas, excellent in the air. Let's see if this is no different. And a foul called. Now, Madison is a younger player, and if you're trying to play against kind of people with a little bit more experience on you, Pajunas is going to get to her spot. Yeah, she knows where her high point is.
Yeah, and they're both physical players here. I'm interested to see what the observers are going to say.
And Spiegel holding her hands out to the side means that she's not contested.
See this replay.
Left arm.
Yeah, it did look like her arm chopped across her shoulder as well. So that was a great call by the observers.
Yeah, players are entitled to the vertical space.
Blew me with a layout save.
And a perfect timeout. We were wondering, I was wondering if any team was going to call it, and it looked like San Diego had enough. They're like, hey, great layout, way to keep the point alive, but what's going on, guys?
Yeah, that was an incredible save by Bloomy. She's been sending some big throws out there tonight, trying to get on that leaderboard, I think, for throwing yards, for stat leaders at the end. You know, something interesting I just thought of is that I have not seen Kayla Helton, I don't think, on the lines yet tonight.
No.
Kayla Helton is our 3-time WUL MVP. She's rostered for tonight. I haven't seen her on the field yet. She looks like she's wearing a dark jersey, so it's possible that she hurt herself during warm-ups and isn't going to play.
No, I don't know.
Bit of a bummer. She's actually only 100 yards away from reaching the 10,000 career yards mark. Only 2 other players have done this so far. Paige Kircher from Utah, Abby Thorpe from Colorado, Alpago earlier this year, and Kayla Helton is on the cusp. And she'll do it in the postseason, but it doesn't look like she's playing tonight.
Yeah, I wonder if some KT tape or anything. Because the coaches let me know about Weaver, but nothing was said about Helton. And I did come over and, I talked a little bit to Helm and to Bile, and she was warming up next to the team.
Honestly, it's the right move. If this game does matter for seeding, but if you are trying to win the championship and you're hurting or something's going on, it's not worth. It's probably not worth playing. Probably save that for championship weekend.
We're just like you said. We're seeing who is hot, who is not, who's got the throws, kind of gearing up. How long do the teams have in between now and championship weekend?
There is a full week and weekend off before championship weekend. Championship weekend is June 13th and 14th.
Not what you want to see. A first throw turn. Every coach's nightmare.
After a timeout, yeah, that's not what the desire is.
All right. Eifert filling kind of that middle space, and it looks like, it's so far away. Is that a Melissa Dunn? Back to O'Connell in the middle. And let's see if she can hit with a lefty over the top. Applegate's throws are, a disgusting backhand around.
Yeah, that was a great break, though.
Melissa Dunn looking down just long enough for the disc to not be where she thought it was.
Yeah, it's a bit of an uncharacteristic drop there. It's like sometimes you're ready for that next power position throw, and then you're bobbling it. The Sidewinders really need to get this back.
Oh, absolutely. And then Leslie with the first initial throw, a great look to Stombaugh. Back to Leslie, who's big fake, big backhand. Lippincott is pretty good in the air, but Bile is...
Ooh!
And Lippincott said, no, thank you, not today.
That was a great read, great body position against a great offender, right? And she knows how Meredith Bile plays, right? Because she's played with her for so many years.
Here's Lexi Lambert, first time, one score, 2 catches now. Followed her throw across. Kay Powell not seeing anything. Caroline O'Connell with vertical space. She will throw this if anybody offers.
There it is.
All right, it's going to be an absolute mayhem.
Ugh, kind of a Hail Mary there.
Yeah,
to a
did you
bunch
see
of
it was at
people.
Maxfield? All of these players excellent in the air. So if you're not throwing the disc out to space where people can run onto it, it's anyone's disc.
Yeah, absolutely. Just like we saw with Lippincott and Bile, right?
Mm-hmm. All right, San Diego pushing it up to the side. Stomball doing work downfield, ripping a huge backhand, and now we've got steps. Not quite in, so let's see if Meredith Bile has anything. 7 seconds is not very long, and Lippincott does have an aggressive mark over the top. Oh, excellent throw. Kind of a little bit late stall, right? Both Sidewinders were playing kind of shutdown defense to stop, and Bile with a throw that we might not see previously.
Yeah, I have to say, I have to give props for that throw because that's a really tough position to be in. She's probably in a high stall. She has to throw it for a score there. She might not have had a defender, but she put just enough. Whoa, what a big rip by Stomball, dude. That's such a good one. Meredith tracks it down. She's probably kind of high in the stall here, but look at the way she places it. Like, the defender's in a really good spot coming up line. Helen Eifert does a good job, but,
it has
she
to be a
puts
row.
it just over so that Maxfield can track it to the left and in the back. I'm really impressed by that put.
You can tell that they've been playing. San Diego is a unique team in the WUL where a lot of their players also play on the same club team.
Yes, absolutely.
And I think that chemistry showed right there where, it's late in the stall, I'm going to put it here, and I know where to cut for it.
You see that between Pajunas and Helton as well, and especially Ellis and Iwamoto as handlers. There was a game a couple of weeks ago where Iwamoto sent a no-look scoober to Ellis in the end zone, and I drooled over it. I watched that play so many times. It was so incredible.
And it looks like San Diego are coming down in it's a clam or a poachy defense. So the difference between this type of zone and a more aggressive zone is that their players are trying to get into throwing lanes. However, if you throw over the top, now let's see if Kristen Reed has anything. She opts to go back to Chip Chang, who's going to survey again. Wan will throw it over the top if she has it. And this is the second or third time, Caitlin, that we've seen Sidewinders outside of the end zone throw it first, and then San Diego gets to the disc before Sidewinders.
Yeah, Victoria Gray, they had a really good position there. I know that. I know that Cynthia Thomas is a great receiver, but they weren't quite open in the end zone there on that last one. But Sidewinders get another chance here.
And it looks like San Diego are back in their zone look. For this type of zone, you're going to see a lot of throws, and you're going to expect teams to just eventually throw it away. But Reed, excellent at finding the space. Back to Cynthia Thomas. Are they going to just walk it into the end zone together? They might, in fact. Oh, Cynthia Thomas looking back to Chip Chang in the middle, who's throwing it over the top. This time, there's no question. Let's see what kind of spike we get. And it's the backward spike.
For those counting at home, that is the third score for Madison Spiegel here tonight. Great vision from Chip Chang, and that's something that I have to say. Chip Chang has such a vision on the field to distribute that disc exactly where her player is going to be or is, right? Yep. Quick movement by Kristen Reed and Cynthia Thomas. They're really pushing the pace, and an immediate big outside end flick from Chip to Madison Spiegel, who is wide open in the end zone there.
I know watching film is not fun for Frisbee players, but the point before this and this point are both excellent examples of last point. Stomball, every time there was a turn, she was busting. She was crushing it. She was running deep. She didn't get thrown too deep, but she came back under every time and was able to eventually throw the deep throw.
And they're making space when they do that,
absolutely.
Right? Making space for their teammates to move the disc up the field.
This point, Kristen Reed never gave up. She found the space. She wasn't cutting away. She was cutting towards the disc is what you want to do against those zones. And so now let's see if Sidewinders, they have a couple of zone looks of their own, or if they stick with matchup, which I think is a really successful defense for them. And it looks like we're matched up. Every player... Oh, Pajunas.
Oh, I fell for that fake, and so did the camera person.
Ellis in the middle. She's not going to take any huge chances. However, Iwamoto will. Looking to throw it over the top.
See, there's that trust with Iwamoto. That's another little scoober. out to space to number 24. Oh, absolutely massive bid by Jenna Mansfield, just hairs away.
She's and in a different multiverse, a different universe, she's got that disc. Right off the fingertips. Great layout right there for Mansfield. Now the Sidewinders have the entire field to go. They will get stuck sometimes kind of in this space. However, Ellis with the more aggressive block attempt. Let's see if Kay can find the open receiver. The run through D. How many times have we seen that from Pajunas?
Yeah,
and now
absolutely.
We have 15 seconds left. San Diego can opt to score it quickly, which they do with efficiency. Or they can look to just take their time, wind it down, and make sure that they are the last team with possession. After the clock runs out, they have an infinite amount of...
Luna Falk, did she get a hand on that?
The Sidewinders now have an infinite amount of time to score. There is literally no rush. If they want to stay in this game and go to halftime at 9-6, they can take as long as they need to make sure that they work it up the field.
And 9-6 is a respectable score. They need to score this point to really have a chance in the second half.
The around to Lippincott. Players on the field do not necessarily call timeouts on their own, so let's see if the coaching staff will to kind of make sure that they score this point. Kay Powell looking... and laying out, but unable to catch it. I think that's Helen Eifert.
Yeah, good effort by
side.
Helen Eifert to save that just a little bit too low to really do anything there. But going into halftime, San Diego 9, Arizona Sidewinders 5. The game it's feels a little bit closer than what this. I know that's so cliche to say, but it does feel a little bit closer than what the score is saying. But truly, San Diego is pushing the pace and moving the disc a bit faster. And Sidewinders have had some success when they push the pace, but then other mistakes, right, when they start to push that pace.
Yeah, and it's the mistakes that just are so frustrating if you're a fan or if you're a player away from the disc. If you're that player, you know that, man, I didn't catch it or I didn't get to that spot or, I could have thrown it a little bit different. But if the Sidewinders can maintain kind of their composure and their mental toughness, those type of turnovers are going to start to go away in the second half. And like you said, it feels like a close game because it is. 9-5, that's not that much. That is not an insurmountable lead. We have seen those leads get erased pretty quickly in the WUL, and I'll be excited to see kind of how the second half shakes up.
I think Sidewinders have a lot to play for tonight. I mean, San Diego wants to keep their number one position in the Southwest Conference, right? Like, it's important so that they can play the number 2 seed, which is Colorado. The Seattle, there are 4 games today, and the Northwest Conference stayed as is, right?
Okay.
So Seattle is the number 1,
right,
and Colorado is the number 2 in the Northwest Conference. So right now, because Bay is winning or has already won the last game, but the game before this, they have put the pressure on San Diego to win this game in order to stay number 1 in the Southwest Conference. So Sidewinders have a lot to play for too, right? Like, they can disrupt championship weekend, but they could also be the most successful team in Sidewinders history. And to be fair, this team feels different than the last couple of years. I've been very close to this team, right?
Sure,
and so I've seen the culture shift this year, and the Sidewinders are doing something really special under head coach Daphne Russell and assistant coach Joel Prussian, Charlie Hopus, and Travis Dunn, right? There's something different this year, and I'd love to see Sidewinders have success
today. And you don't think that difference is Astra is back in the league? And
it's great having Astra back in the league, too.
Utah was on their schedule versus the previous years.
Yeah,
not to throw any shade, but
but I think the confidence is needed, right?
Yeah, with those teams. And you could play whoever you want, but playing the teams in front of you and then playing how they did this season, you're absolutely right.
Yeah, I think their confidence has been built. They needed it after a winless season in 2025. You just need that confidence back, and they've had it this year. And the game that I want to hinge that on is the Bay Arizona game that was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I mean, there were 5 lead changes during that game. That's crazy. And it wasn't until the final 3 minutes where there was a couple calls that didn't quite go Sidewinders' way, a couple possessions, and then Bay broke away by 1 point and then 2. And that really showed me what kind of team Arizona is this year. And I'm excited to see, obviously, the rest of this game. This game's not over, but excited to see what they take into 2027.
If you look back, the Sidewinders have had leads in multiple games this year. Almost always, they'll either be tied or have a lead at some point in a game. So maybe we're just waiting for later in the game and having that lead at the end instead of the beginning this time.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm looking forward to the second half. I know all of our fans in the stadium are, and hopefully everybody at home. Douse, any other kind of points that you're looking for, or are we just going to kind of get back into it when we get back?
We'll get back into it when we get back to it. I want to see San Diego continue to push the pace. They're really great at Ultimate. They're so good. And when they are on it, they are on it, right? And Sidewinders has to keep that pace, but they have to limit those mistakes, right?
Here's Simeone usually does this for me, so I'm going to try my best to throw to... the game is San Diego, Arizona, 9 to 5, almost a full moon. Fans, go get snacks, go get a drink, be back and ready for the second half as we go to a commercial break.
It's a goal!
Actually, let's skip that part. Combat Candy is for everyone who trains hard and deserves better than choking down powder. 5 grams of science-backed creatine and a gummy that turns supplement routine into something to look forward to. Just because your workout is serious business doesn't mean your creatine supplement has to be. Combat Candy. Making strength frickin' delicious. Try it at combatcandies.com.
down in the car. One time give it all. Bust it open hard. Let me see you drop. Get down in the car. One time give it all. Bust it open hard. Let me see you drop. I fucked up this Russell, yeah, we hustle. What the oh my. I fucked up this Russell, yeah, we hustle. What the oh my.
planning your club season? Come to Ski Town, August 15th and 16th in Salt Lake City. There will be a women's, mixed, and open division. We are now accepting bids, and scan the QR code on the screen or email skitownclassic@gmail.com for more information. We'll see you at Ski Town.
It is.
Welcome back, fans, friends, family, people who the algorithm kind of maybe popped this game up on your feed. This is the Western Ultimate League. And Caitlin Doust, you're not Caitlin Doust.
Oh, I just kind of popped up from the stands.
How's the experience from the stands? We have our... oh, no, Caitlin's looking at me. How's the product? How's the game? Does it seem close?
It does seem close. And I got to say, Madison Spiegel is on fire
Okay,
tonight.
get out of here if you're just
okay.
going to be talking about Madison Spiegel. I don't know how that fan came up here, but that's right. The atmosphere is electric, and the fans love themselves some Madison Spiegel.
Absolutely. She's been a really breakout player of the year. I mean, I don't think she's eligible this year based on the number of years she's been playing in the league, but let's get some highlights.
Just in time. Not a play of the game contender, but an excellent throw and catch. But Juna said, ooh, let me just score some points.
Sending it
These
to
players
Maxfield.
only need steps. They literally only need a couple steps, and they will come down with these discs. They will score these points. Oh.
Here's a replay of Lexi Lambert, our practice player, elevated up to the roster today. That first score. Man, I remember my first professional score. There's nothing like it. It's a high like none other.
Oh, my gosh.
Here is that incredible block. Honestly, that could be a play of the game. I kind of forgot that happened
Can we
earlier.
let Mel Dunn have that in her
Maybe.
arsenal?
That, honestly, I'm waiting for some really crazy plays for that second half.
Yeah,
Here is another Madison Spiegel score just over the fingertips of Samba.
That one's going to keep me up.
That one's going to keep me up at night. That one is great play on both sides.
Just a little bit more.
Yeah.
But I think the throws have been there. The turnovers, have you noticed any kind of any kind of trends from both teams? It looks like just miscommunication.
Yeah, I think there's been a number of just miscommunications, bobbles. Again, I said Sidewinders from pushing the pace a little bit there. But San Diego has had a few of those too. Miscues, big throws to nobody. But we'll see them all clean up in the second half here now that we've kicked off.
Yep. And again, fans, apologize. I don't know how that fan from the stands got up here. I looked over to the right and thought it was still Caitlin. The Sidewinders are coming back.
I had to take a break, you know. You had to run down and use the bathroom.
They're looking for her to score. Sunny Harris, one of the best backhand breakers in the game, but she's got it with kind of on the break side. And now to Brito coming across underneath. And it looks like
there's a call in the field.
Someone is calling a little pick. Now, unsure if it was Pajunas calling the pick, because as these players leave spaces, and so it looks like the observers did uphold the pick, and that means for the fans at home, if I as a defender have to adjust my movement in any way to continue to guard you, we're going to call that pick, and we're just going to kind of
as long as they're close enough, right?
Yeah, within a reasonable amount. Oh, another huge inside out, but not quite there for Chip Chang. And let's see who goes to pick it up. It's 47. Oh, no, I put my... That's Gray with the disc. A veteran move of waiting for her team to get set up. Meredith Bile with the underneath, ready to catch it, ready to distribute it. Pajunas ready to catch. Looking downfield. Nothing quite there. Turns around. And oh, the fake got me again. Walter with the big fake. Back to the middle.
Bloomy back to Walter.
Thank you.
Walter with a huge huck down.
Applegate looking to help.
Oh Megan
gosh.
Maxfield trying to grab that, but Applegate was in the right position, and it was pretty far, so Applegate kind of ate that one up.
Thanks for picking me up there. Applegate pushing back up. There's not much time from a turnover to when you have to get the disc back in the field, so that might be why you see some rushing. Good fakes. Sunny Harris in the middle of the field again. Can she get it around? She does. Big fakes from Brito, but she doesn't see anything. The Sidewinders are looking like they almost immediately look reset. Oh, a great throw. Brito in stride. She's getting it every other. Does she put it up big? And
oh, Janet Wan, big save.
Now, Harris is open on the sideline. Can Chip Chang get it to her? She does. Do we force it for the backhand again?
Ooh, my goodness.
Wow. That is a huge Oh, and you love to see the high fives at the end. Was that Zettner?
That looked like that was Zettner. There's a big crowd in the audience tonight celebrating Madison Spiegel. There's somebody in the audience holding up a number 4 because that is her 4th. That's her 4th score for today. There's a replay of Maxfield just inches away there, but Applegate picking up that block.
And Maxfield's usually pretty good for catching those kind of going away.
I mean, that one was just out of reach.
Yeah,
this is this inside look from Chip to Sonny Harris. Under pressure, Madison Spiegel and number 7, Teresa Zettner going shoulder to shoulder, and somehow Madison Spiegel is able to hold on to that disc.
Yeah, I wonder if Zettner was pointing for out of bounds or pointing for maybe it looked like she had her hand. She got her hand in there first, but Madison was able to. And if there is a tie, the receiver is going to catch it. But Spiegel was able to catch it and stop rotation first and come away with it.
It takes a lot to become a player who can take that kind of body contact and not lose the disc. And that just takes experience and time at the highest level.
Yeah, and both players battling it out, both players willing to kind of occupy the same space right there and safely come down with the disc.
The score is really close now. Only 3-point difference, 9-6.
Oh,
big
wow.
look.
A giant put. The hands off to the side.
47, Victoria Gray.
Gray said, you know what? Let me just put it up. Oh,
They
were
a great job running. They were fully open down there as the play developed. They saw it coming just all the way to that back corner. I can't wait to see this replay because I missed the lead up to it.
And that's a few times now that this is from the pull. This is from a dead disc.
Oh, that's Guzman putting up a big one. 97, Naomi Guzman.
Okay.
Oh, and just vision there, you know.
So Guzman she's done some of the pulling duty for the Super Bloom tonight. And if somebody is pulling for a team and they get the chance at a backhand,
oh my gosh,
backhand,
they should just send it, rip it.
And we saw it there.
Guzman used to play for Los Angeles Astra. I'm not sure if they played last year with Los Angeles Astra in the PUL, but they have been a really important part of the San Diego roster this year. It's been nice. I feel like I've watched them just like level up this year, you know?
Yeah, and Pajunas, she's worked up. She's like, I'm going to pull it. I'm going to come down on defense.
They're getting down on D.
We're going to score this break. But Sidewinders, they want to score it for themselves. And let's see if they can maintain kind of this position. Because in order to claw your way back in, to cut down on this deficit, the Sidewinders have to start with a score on offense. When positioning herself perfectly, bumps it to LP. We've seen one-ish deep throw from LP, but it doesn't look like she wants it there. To the middle to Kristen Reed, she's going to have to go up for it because there's a little bit of... and then we've got Madison Spiegel not able to continue it. Looking back, finds Chip Chang. Now Chip, we're throwing it very close to San Diego players. However, you see that in the end zone, their marking has changed a little bit. Paige willing to throw it up.
Another save from Wan. The same double-handed pancake layout save.
She has, and you have to commit to that stuff early. Wan getting it every other. Throw her in the backhand too.
Oh, again! Unstoppable tonight. Madison Spiegel.
Okay.
Wow. I mean, I'm going to give props to Madison Spiegel for that score again. I mean, that was another one that just went over the tips of the defender. But Janet Wan has been saving discs left and right and being a really integral part of this team in the center of the field, along with Britta Stetmeyer.
You know, she might be able to correct me if I'm wrong, but she was battling kind of a hamstring injury last year. But it definitely looks like we're 100% this year.
Yes.
Not just from throwing it, but like you said, physically going out there and getting it, not being afraid to leave the field. Not their feet. To leave their field.
Here, let's see that replay. Another cheeky throw from Paige that Janet has to save.
Okay.
Janet looking back to Applegate. Applegate back to Wan. And Wan just seeing it and sending it just over her defender, Kristen Pajunas.
And Pajunas, she's serious.
Yeah.
She's a little scared. I'm a little afraid.
She is an incredible player.
I'll stop Madison.
Yeah, she held back because she knew that disc is there. You know, she had it. So Janet Wan, just real quick, she's from Toronto, Canada. She joined the team a couple of years ago. She's had over 1,200 yards so far for the Sidewinders, 11 assists. So you can see why she's just distributing that disc in that position, either a hockey sister and
assist.
Is
that 11 counting that last score?
No, not counting the last one.
Okay, we'll bump it up to 12. Here we go with Walter with the disc instead of going deep this time. Is it a Meredith Bile with the bump and the continue?
Abby Schultz, she's unstoppable. I'm obsessed.
This one might be it.
It could be the play of the game.
Melissa Dunn, excellent positioning again.
You can see why Abby is leading the team in goals. Look at that.
That was
oh my God, give me this replay. I'm chomping at the bit. Gets to Bile, distributes to Pajunas. Pajunas up. Oh my, and her footwork. Are you kidding me? I'm a Abby Schultz fangirl. Let's see it again.
And this is one of those plays that's going to hype up kind of both teams, but definitely her own team. Super Bloom.
Ooh, so good.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, that was something
And that
else.
wasn't a oh, I'm going to jump into the end zone. That was a I need to jump and get this disc in.
Yeah. Well, we talked about that earlier. It's like so many times the disc is down, and if the player had more awareness, which is really hard to do when you're running deep, more awareness of where the line is, you could do something like that versus get stuck in the worst position, which is just outside the line and the biggest chance for a turnover. Abby Schultz is the queen of making sure her feet are in. All right, now we're off on a pull here.
And the Sidewinders, they've had a pretty successful first. There I go. I don't want to cast or curse it, but you know what is going on with some of these, what should be pretty run-of-the-mill throws. If Sidewinders can stop the little action,
I think that was a high stall Hail Mary here.
Great
Janet
defense.
Wan got her hand on that and give her that stat.
And all three Sidewinders were deeper than San Diego, so they were ready for it.
She's going for it. She saw the opening. They're not going to send it to her.
Thomas with the disc kind of on the far third, back to Chip Chang in the middle. Not willing to throw that third around, and it might seem like San Diego. Janet, stop. Let us. Well, she took care of business there, and then immediately, again, we've seen throws to kind of nowhere. So I'm not sure if the Sidewinders have changed their play style over the last week or not, but Guzman with the disc ready to move the offense for back to Gray. Gray's been known to throw it deep. We've got, Karishnikova in the middle. Stombaugh.
Nice save.
Excellent grab. Is that Schultz again?
Yes, it is. She's everywhere at all times.
Spiegel,
Madison Spiegel, so close.
With the rare Kirchenkova just getting there just a little bit sooner. Cynthia Thomas putting a little bit of pressure on Neeson. A good lefty around. A second break. Let's see if Guzman finds the end zone. And she does. Sometimes players will overcorrect in the end zone, and so all you have to do is just stand there.
That's the first score for Mars Bow. They were just right in the right spot for that one. This is tough. The game is starting to slip away from the Sidewinders. Just a few moments ago, they were only 3 points apart, and now San Diego is just punishing their mistakes.
And if you're a player looking to get better, first, be ready to hit the ground. But second, watch the players away from the disc right here, because Guzman is biding her time, and Mao.
Yeah, wide open right there.
Just waiting.
But each of those throws before that, the defender was right there. I mean, and it could have gone either way. So it's like, yes, San Diego's capitalizing on these moments, but it's just like hairs away from the Sidewinders.
Shout out to Kuliafi towels over here. You want to keep that body temperature down out there if you're playing in the Southwest.
It was quite warm when we started today when the sun was out. It was a high of 87. We're lucky it wasn't higher than that, but hopefully all the players are taking care of themselves now that the sun has come down and that full moon is up.
Can you get sunburned from the moon? Is that possible? So. The moon is so bright right now. Okay, Lippincott back with the disc. I'm not distracted anymore. We've got Melissa Dunn looking upfield, faking off a completely wide open Caroline O'Connell, but getting her. Caroline does not give up. Kay Powell running the system, throwing back to Dunn. Does she have anybody downfield? She does not. So we're going to go back to the side or back to the backfield. O'Connell across. Lippincott is going to kind of be that hinge, but doesn't have the around. Sidewinders unable to string 2 throws together before they have to reset it. That's why it's looking difficult. Now, Dunn back over here. She's living on the close sideline. Not willing to throw it. Caroline O'Connell. Jameson. She's ready to throw it.
Oh, Lindsay Doyle. Oh. Wow, I thought she had that. Honestly, Jamison sent that immediately. She was in power position. She trusted her receiver. Lindsay Doyle is very fast, but that disc was low,
Yeah,
That's a tough one to grab.
I wonder, because, previous games here at the stadium, that forehand would rise and sit, and instead, with no wind, it's just going to...
Yeah, and it is. And when we say no wind, it is dead.
Yeah.
Like, the flag is straight down. So there is absolutely no wind right now.
Pajunas with the disc. Back in the middle to Iwamoto. Helm has to lay out. And that far side offhand catch, that is one of the toughest catches, as we see again from O'Connell. Both teams, we've seen this before, Kaylin, multiple turns and a point.
Yeah, multiple turns and a point. San Diego working it down.
And each team kind of speeds themselves up. Pajunas ready, pointing to where she wants to throw, and Helm finding the space. Helm seeing it.
That was a little bit surprising. I don't know if Ellis wasn't sure that was coming her way. Pajunas saw her open, I think if Ellis had taken a step that direction or knew it was coming, then that would have been a score.
And that's part of Helm earlier in the point had a huge layout. Sometimes you speed your body up trying to make these plays, and it affects the throws. Sidewinders back and another first throw turn. Oh, an injury called. And it's Lindsay Doyle, who hit the turf multiple times this point. And hopefully everything's okay there.
I think while we wait for these substitutes, we were just talking about Pajunas, and I realized she'd had one block already this game, and that actually makes 50 career blocks for her. So that is a huge milestone for her tonight. So congratulations, Kristen Pajunas. She's been around since the beginning of the league with 50 career blocks.
For 51, we're just going to count it as 50, and then we're going to bring that sound clip back over. We're going to just get that one in post. Oh, Sidewinders playing excellent D, but a better throw. Pajunas hitting on the inside to Schultz. Schultz distributing right back, and it's a throw, score.
Very quick, just jamming it in that tiny little corner, that front cone.
O-line's out there. Don't let D-line talk to you. Don't let D-line tell you what to do. Don't let them dictate what you do. Offenses, if you get ahead, stay ahead. And no team is better than San Diego.
We're going to see this replay how quickly. This is a great cheeky little throw from Mika Leslie here.
Oh, yeah.
Right around to Pajunas. Pajunas moving it quickly again. Schultz right up the line here to Pajunas again. And Pajunas just... Oh, it's such a tight... That one was risky. That was a risky throw. I thought so the first time, but on the replay, that's like full trust, right? Those two players have been playing together a long time again, and Super Bloom, and they might play together at Club too, and that's just a trust that your player is going to make that grab, that has the right body positioning, and the confidence to catch it in that tight little window there.
Oh, yeah. It's 13-7. We've got a nearly full moon. We've got a Sidewinders O-line, no wind. If you're the Sidewinders, you're trying to score quick to get back into the game, but the quick speeding ourselves up has led to some of these kind of execution errors.
I'm looking to huck the disc at this point if I'm the Sidewinders.
Oh, yeah?
I need to get a couple of points on the board, right? That's what they need to get to boost that confidence back up and really make this give that pressure to San Diego. They have no win. They have the time. We have 3 minutes left in the third.
Looks like San Diego thought that's probably what they were going to try to do, but because they're coming out in a zone look. Cynthia Thomas instead of Kristen Reed this time to fill the middle space, and it looks like Luna Falk ready for it in the middle. Multiple fakes before we get it back to Cynthia Thomas. Let's see. And she is not afraid to hit the middle of the field, and that's a hammer. Lexi Lambert, welcome to the league.
And it was the same third hammer, too, like narrow down the pipeline there. I don't know that Lexi exactly had positioning, and I think Pajunas was marking her, and that would be a tough matchup for a new player. And I think Lexi could have gotten it, but it was just a tight same third throw.
Yeah, maybe GCU just haven't gotten to hammers yet in their program history. Okay, but now we're back to San Diego, and let's see if they continue. If I'm them, we're looking to say, hey, championship weekend, watch out. Anybody who's coming for us. Oh my
Lexi
gosh.
Lambert.
Excuse everything I just said. Lexi Lambert, you can do whatever you want. The D, and let's see if she gets rewarded back. Oh, Sunny Harris with the second. All right. I understand Harris had a lot of success last season, and that might say, oh, I'm on the field, I'm a thrower, I have these throws, but we're trying to get back into the game. And you're right, we have to score soon.
Harris has a vision and like wants to execute it very quickly, and sometimes that works out. Oh, Maxfield, so fast.
Excellent run. The defense from the Sidewinders adjusting, but Pajuna says, let me just put up another one. Cynthia Thomas versus Meredith Bile.
Some tangled bodies there. I'm not sure that they're going to call a foul.
I don't think anybody will.
No.
Because both players were expecting that disc to really go.
I will say, though, I want to see a Meredith Bile, Cynthia Thomas in the air matchup.
Yeah. Pajunas, you can't leave us hanging like that. You got to give them a nice little 50-50 ball.
Yeah.
And it looks like...
Oh, interception by Victoria Gray, and they sent it immediately to Meredith Bile for another score. That's 3 scores for Meredith Bile, and I believe maybe 3 blocks for Victoria Gray. They're really stepping it up. They are a player to watch tonight, too, from San Diego. So Tori Gray, before this game, had 5 goals, 8 assists, and 5 blocks. So now I think that's 8 blocks. And her coaches say that she's a speedy, adaptable defender, which clearly, who brings lockdown pressure and strong communication across the field. They use their movement and throwing ability to create space, even when they're not the primary. And I've seen that tonight completely.
You're going to see, if I may, for this. I don't know if we'll have enough time. If we can get a replay slightly further back, there might not be enough time. But the Sidewinders, for all of their improvements this year, I think their most vulnerable is that in cut. They get run through D a lot in that space.
That is, and I feel like that's the toughest block to experience as someone who's on offense, is that run through D.
Both as the thrower and the cutter. But that point's over. We're back to this point. We're back to Paige. Another chicken wing, question mark? No, she stays more conventional. Brito with the disc on the sideline. And, San Diego coming across, popping out to try to stop any kind of throw there. Paige with the inside low break. Hits Kristen Reed in front of the stack, but not really anything developing from the side. It's those second throws. Paige, she can distribute. LP, chip, all of these throwers can hit the first throw.
San Diego's doing a great job of locking down, the cutters downfield.
Oh, absolutely. Let's see if Madison Spiegel, she's looking for the... and will Brito throw this throw? She opts for the underneath. Because Kristen Reed says, if multiple players are going to go deep, I'm just going to put it. The backhand was successful earlier.
Just over the hands of Chip Chang.
And her body position was great. It just hung up just a little bit.
Yeah, it was a great look from Kristen Reed. Since the second one we've seen from her tonight, that big floaty round outside in backhand. Chip Chang was in the right spot, but Lexa Stamba was in the right spot also,
Yeah, great defense there. And now let's see. We're back into just our regular. I'm going to rip it deep right away. Oh my gosh, Karishnikova unable to catch up and catch it this time. We're in it. We are in the golden hour.
Madison Spiegel, to me, is player of the game right now. That's her 3rd block, and she's had 5 goals. I mean, that's crazy.
Oh my gosh. Gray took that personally. And the first time I think I've seen this season, a player calling a timeout, which you can do, players. That's totally
it's
okay.
pretty rare. The coaches have, for people watching at home, if you don't know, the coaches usually have whistles or electronic whistles, and they're the ones who call the timeout when they think there's pressure or high stall. They can sub out a whole line. They can reset the stall count. So it is pretty rare for a player called timeout in the WUL, but we just saw it happen tonight, and I think it was the right call. I mean, Victoria Gray, their entire team was behind them on that one, so it's a nice chance to reset and get everyone downfield.
Yeah, and we highlighted earlier Kayla Hilton not playing today, but if you'll notice, she's always there. She's out there with the huddle at the huddle right now. She's talking to players. She's up and she's in it. So her impact is still very much there for the team.
And that's something a lot of people say about her. She's a great teammate, like steady, supportive. So it's, even injured players or players who are not playing are such an important part of a team. It's like, I'm from Seattle, so we call the 12th man, right, from football, where, it's the Seahawks, right, where you've got that 12th man's the audience, right? And that's why so many teams play better at home, right? When they've got their home crowd hyping them up in the crowd. I mean, Madison Madison Spiegel's playing out of her mind right now is
Yeah.
probably because her crowd out here is just going wild.
Kaylin, what we want to see, this is a little bit further out from the red zone. So we're kind of in that middle range, and it looks like San Diego is going to try to isolate kind of the few people near the disc. Oh, just really hard to defend. However, that's Schiltz. A little bit of a call.
Called.
And now there will be a 4 count after the observer's signal where they can't throw it, but everybody can move. And then we're going to start stalling. And it's Lexi Lambert with the assignment to guard the front of the stack successfully, but Iwamoto is looking. Now, San Diego has an infinite amount of time to score this point.
Yep, the
so
quarter
far,
horn went off.
So far this game, neither team has scored at the end of the half, but Iwamoto, let's see if it's a traditional throw, and it is
a good find.
disgusting inside.
That was a really great find. I mean,
A frisbee does in fact move faster than us, and if you can create an angle to where somebody can throw, and if you have a thrower with the skill set.
yeah, Stamba has been playing really incredibly tonight. I want you to watch how quickly she moves this disc here. Her cut up line, leaving Goldstein there, her immediate vision to Ellis, who doesn't even have to make a tough cut there.
The only amount of time, we don't even want to count it in seconds, it was the amount of time it took her to stop her body to get into a position to have a good throwing form. Mm-hmm. She said, I'm going to slow myself down to make sure I can throw this open throw, and it didn't waste any time at all. Those stall 3-0 throws, wow.
So we're heading in to the third quarter break. We have got 1 quarter left. The score is 15-7. San Diego is leading, don't make me do the math, by 6 points.
6 points.
Did I get that right?
Oh, no.
8 points? Oh, my gosh, you guys, that's so embarrassing. I used to cry during math class, you guys. Come on.
Go 3 points to 10 and then another 5.
I tried to do 7 plus 7 is 14. Oh, my gosh, this is so embarrassing, you guys. I hope my high school math teacher doesn't see
again,
this.
we'll fix it in post.
Oh
I
God,
may or may not
post.
teach math in high school, Caleb. It's not a good look for me either. No, I'm just kidding.
The people who can fix it in post are TVX, our incredible live streaming partners, who, if I haven't shouted them from the rooftops enough, if you are wanting this kind of high quality streaming at your next event or sports event, please contact our streaming partners at TVX, who have been serving the Southwest since 2005 and are the official streaming partners for the Arizona Sidewinders. They do multicam live broadcasts, they do simple broadcasts, anything you want, they can make it happen, including editing out my bad math post-game on this live stream.
I think what is really, really cool about it, because we're a sport that a lot of other sports are in the same kind of level as Ultimate Frisbee, as the Western Ultimate League. Anything from lacrosse to dragon boat to really anything. Flag football, I think, will be there in a few years. Mm-hmm. So if you're even just a captain or a player, and you're like, wait, how come we go to these tournaments or we play these games, but nobody's filming us?
Yeah.
You know, it's
all TVX.
Oh, there is space for you. Now, getting back to the game, back to the action, if you're the Sidewinders, come on.
I mean, I mentioned it partway through the last quarter, right? We're at a point now where there's only 12 minutes left of the game. Arizona has to huck the disc and move it quickly to score. They have to score points, right? Like,
they do have to score.
You know, they have to score points. I sound so silly when I say that, but the truth is they have to score quick points, is it? They can't take their time swinging and swinging and swinging.
And I think you highlighted it a couple points ago, where San Diego's defense, they're focusing on stopping that next throw.
Yeah. And they're doing a great job downfield.
Yeah.
That's why Sidewinders can't get that continuous often. They've had great success in some times, but a lot of it, San Diego is marking the unders really well. So in that case, if they're marking the unders and there's no wind, I'm not on the field, so I can't tell them what to do.
And if you're San Diego, this is championship weekend
prep
game 0 right here.
Yeah.
You're looking to your execution as high as possible. Take chances, but the execution has to be there. And we've seen some miscommunication from some players.
They're trying to work it out before it matters even more, right?
Now, they have thrown a deep first throw, but it looks like they're content to throw an under here. And it looks like, is that Zetman? Okay.
Is that what just happened?
A little bit of an aggressive backhand, or an aggressive fake, followed by also an aggressive
I'm sorry,
mark.
it happened so fast I couldn't see what happened there. Back in.
But Sidewinders with great around defense.
Yeah, that's
but
good
Iwamo
defense.
just slipping away from Chip Chang. Back to the middle of the field. Ooh,
This
I wonder
is
if
a
that was
chance. Yeah.
intended. I
I'm
wonder
not
if that
sure.
throw.
It was tough for Sidewinders to come out on defense this point, especially after dropping the first offensive point in the beginning of the game. Kristen Reed tracking it down. There she is.
We will give that point to Kristen Reed, but if you notice, there's that high five. On this replay, Madison Spiegel doing it again. We're saying her name. She saw, and friends, if
She said Reed can have one of the other scores. I've already had 5.
If she doesn't create a bunch of contact, this slowdown, you tell me, as a defender, is there any way you're going to be able to get around this to try to get a chance
I don't know.
at a
Yeah,
D?
let's see this replay. So here's this turnover. Iwamoto has to leave her feet to try and keep that possession. Ends up dropping. Chip Chang picks it up. Big outside in flick to both Madison Spiegel and Reed. It does look like Madison originally had the best line, but then let Kristen take it because Kristen was in that spot. Sometimes it's tough. You got to communicate with your teammates there to bring it in. Now, not only did Kristen Reed break the single season scoring record for the Sidewinders with the last score, now she's really broken it by another point.
Just keep adding to it, and let's see. It's been a while since Sidewinders have been on defense, so let's see kind of what defense they come out. Oh, Chambliss is sprinting down on the pole. Walter with it in the middle. Nothing quite developing. Big fakes, but we get it to Pajunas on the far side, faking her teammates to kind of move and change their position. Stomball with the disc. It's very far away, either Stomball or Guzman. Maxfield immediately looking backfield, gets the reset. San Diego's just a tiny bit out of the red zone, but they're in it now, and so we're going to see a more typical in zone set. Wow, Bloomy in the middle, great high throw. Guzman directing traffic. Oh, no pressure kind of at all, which means we don't really have to worry about the stall. Bloomy sprinting, but nobody following up.
Honestly, I was really impressed with Sidewinders' defense. They're really forcing San Diego to take their time. They were giving them a taste of their own medicine of shutting down those undercuts, right? Really making San Diego work for it, and then that happened eventually.
And we saw players who were willing to be patient, but then again, a little bit of miscommunication where Bloomy was sprinting, but she kind of held up on her cut. Oh, a Blady throw to Eifert. Eifert looking upfield, big fake on the inside, back to O'Connell. Oh, a little bit behind, but she still corrals it. Cynthia Thomas with both hands, a big fake instead of throwing it to the middle.
Just past the fingertips of O'Connell.
And Eifert hasn't thrown that one in a while, and Chambliss didn't look like she was ready for it.
And Chambliss will lay out for that disc, but it was just a bit too far, obviously.
She had slowed up. On the overthrows where a second person catches it, you'll notice those deep cutters kind of pull up a little bit instead of continuing.
Because sometimes you don't want to be so far away if it doesn't come,
absolutely.
But that's the risk.
Falk on the mark right here. Bloomy back with the disc. Great work up the field. Stomball taking her time. Meredith Bile. Let's see if it's a Maxfield to Bile kind of point. Great defense, but Pachunas finds the disc in the middle, continues it to the far side.
Great
Walter
movement.
with the throw. Stomball somehow from the close sideline to the far sideline. No mark now, so she's got plenty of time.
That was a great defensive switch by Chambliss and Cynthia Thomas there to prevent that immediate score.
And
but
Bloomy,
they find it anyway.
Yep, and I think Bloomy on both teams. She was moving faster and just had the motor in the red zone. She never gave up every chance she got.
Here's this replay here. We've got Walter sending it a lot of yards there up to Stombaugh, who's going to end up hitting. Look, you see this switch here where Thomas drops off onto Pajunas to prevent that immediate score. Then passes it to Bloomy, and Bloomy dishes it back to Walter, who is the one who sent it upfield. That's Hannah Walter's first score for the night.
We've highlighted Spiegel, and she definitely puts in the work. the entire year, but I think if you're a cutter trying to kind of break out, Stombaugh has really impressed me.
Oh, yeah. Stombaugh's been playing great tonight.
Schultz, Stombaugh, they have been pushing the pace downfield. If they get the disc, their next move is to immediately sprint downfield again to offer something else.
Guzman with a big pull.
All right. And it looks like LP is going to start with the disc. Back over to Tina
Arnaldi, who's another practice player, leveled up today for the Sidewinders.
Hannah to Lexi. Oh. Just the timing just a little bit off. LP around to Lippincott. See if she has anything. She has Luna Falk in the middle, who bumps it to LP. Let's see if she attempts to throw it over the top. And she does to Brito Stepmeyer.
Oh, just over Stepmeyer's fingertips.
And Tina, even though she was in the backfield, she almost got down there to be that second look. And we've seen players wait and catch the disc. And we've seen players try to high point it just a little bit.
I mean, if I'm Aragon, I'm still sending that disc each time. Like
absolutely.
They have to score these points, and she was open. It just was a tick above, her fingers. And Stepmeyer's tall, so I wouldn't be surprised if we saw that throw again. But that is definitely a disappointment for the Sidewinders there.
And it looks like Lexi Lambert going to be tested on defense here. She's getting to the spot early, but boxed out. So an excellent box out and catch by Gray, kind of showing the experience there.
That was a great box out. And Abby Schultz, two-way player. I mean, massive huck.
Oh, so quick. If a player is pushing really fast to get, because that 7 seconds is quick, we don't have to throw those fast throws. We just have to get it out of our hands. Lippincott with the disc. Always ready to throw kind of anywhere, but doesn't seem to have anything going on. And don't know if you could hear it on the stream, but a timeout
was called. I think that's smart. Sidewinders haven't used a lot of timeouts yet. We're in the fourth quarter. Use them or lose them, man.
Yeah, we don't want max points. Max points being double the score and then some, because we're getting into club season for kind of that max rating. But WUL, it doesn't matter for points as long as you have more than the other team.
You sound like Dickie V. As long as you score the most points, that's the team that's going to come out at the end.
Kaylin, do you think after, from the third quarter and beyond, is there any plays that have kind of shown you that they are worthy of play of the game?
Yeah, I mean, we're going to see some now. Here's the first one that's a possible play of the game. Teresa Zettner, Mel Dunn going toe-to-toe for that block. Here's the one where Abby Schultz puts 3 Sidewinders players on a poster. This next play of the game is
this is a huge
turn
layout
from Iwamoto. Massive layout from Cam Helm just to the end zone. Beautiful. Here's another one, that inside throw from Chip Chang. Sonny Harris distributing it to Madison Spiegel under pressure. Great grab. I think we've got one more coming up, right?
I think so.
This is the one where Schultz toes the line.
Yeah, another athletic play.
Oh, this one's so good. Show it from the other angle. The other angle's so good. Man, I don't know what to pick in there. There's a lot of good plays. I hope there's another crazy play that just makes it obvious for play of the game in this quarter, but there's some really good ones. I'm stuck between Madison Spiegel's really incredible grab under pressure, or Abby Schultz doing that fancy footwork to score that one.
And coming out of the timeout, Sidewinders coming in I'm just going to throw it deep.
Yeah.
But Pajunas saying, no, I'll be here if you need.
Well, that might have worked out for them here.
Gray just outside of her hands. It's twice now she's been involved in those turnovers recently. So I wonder if the travel is getting to us. Jameson with the disc, waiting to see Sonny Harris getting it in the middle, but really nothing materializing. The San Diego defense is taking away the middle of the field. They want the Sidewinders to try to throw it around, only gaining yards at a time. But guess what, Kaylin? This defense, if you want a yard at a time, you'll take it at the cost of time.
Abby Schultz getting her hand in there for another block.
Schultz, leave us alone. We're just trying to score points.
She's just an incredible player. I'd love to see her take home a player award this year. She's really amazing.
Bloomy, as soon as she throws it, she's ready to go again, but it looks like they're going to move it down the field. Max Field not quite ready to throw it to Zettner. However, Iwamoto is. Let's see, who is that? Jameson. We're leaving our feet.
Between Leah Jameson and Victoria Gray. Oh, it looks like there's a call. we got an injury on the field here.
An injury, or do you think it's a little cramp?
I think it's a cramp. It's Madison Spiegel. Well, if I'm Madison Spiegel and I'm working as hard as I am out there, my calves might cramp up too.
A well-deserved cramp.
Yeah, I think she's all right. I think it seems like it's a cramp, but they're so painful. But she's good and up. Oh, good. We love to see that. We always get worried. I just have to shout out. That's our incredible trainer for the Arizona Sidewinders. His name's Kenny Brown.
Oh.
He's just the man. We're so glad to have him out here supporting women's sports. He's just a pro.
Very cool.
Glad to see Madison Spiegel's okay there.
It's always interesting walking past and players are kind of describing chronic injuries that, Frisbee players. And at the end they go, do you think I should play?
Yeah. And
I've heard him say, based on what you just told me?
No.
But these players are tough.
Kayla Hilton taking a break. You got to take care of your body.
Oh, and so now the two players are talking about it.
I think there was injury and then an actual foul call here. So we got 2 calls on the field.
So if the injury happens, that continuation is what we're addressing. And now the continuation is what we're talking about. Oh. Observer.
No foul.
No foul. Otto, still not going to make up for last game, but we appreciate it. Hey, it's a home field for a reason.
No. Here we go. We've got there's foul
Just kidding, everyone at home. Just
for
kidding.
legal purposes, this is a joke. So foul. That means that's turnover. So Sidewinders is going to have possession here. Leah Jameson's going to pick it up.
All right, and when nothing else but Jameson is pumped up. She's moving fast. Sunny Harris, let's see if she can get there. Just stumbling.
I think she would have had that. She tripped up a little bit on her feet, but she would have had that.
All right, and now a giant throw.
Again from
and
Samba.
An easy catch.
To Schultz.
I've been really impressed with Samba's deep throws.
Yeah, they've been playing crazy today.
And Schultz, if you give her any amount of space, just the vertical and straight line speed.
Abby is a 3-way player. Like, speed, vision.
Oh, no.
Just height. Like, her vertical is crazy. And we saw that huge huck earlier today.
I love that Bloomy went to the disc, but then found a player with a better position to kind of make an easier throw. That's all we're trying to do.
It's a team sport.
We're trying to make the easiest throws possible.
It's a team sport. Sometimes you got to dish it to someone else who's got a better position and not take the glory yourself. So, San Diego's really playing great today. 17-8, San Diego to Arizona. They're looking like a championship team. There's some things they'll have to clean up, which they're trying to shake out here tonight. I get it. And then they got a rest weekend before the big weekend.
Kaylin, remind me, who are they slated to play if results stand?
If Bay ended up beating Oregon. I'm going to check the score really quick here. So Bay ended up beating Oregon 25-12.
Wow.
So that means San Diego has to win this game to stay first in the standings for championship weekend. Now, if San Diego wins this game, they would be playing Colorado in the semis, and Seattle would be playing Bay in the semis.
And we love the 3-4, right? The score and the point differential do not show. Arizona has been in almost every game that they've played. It has been close every time they improve. So let's see if we can improve these last couple minutes and score a few points.
Less than 5 minutes left in the fourth.
Cynthia Thomas with a longer cut, just unable to get it. Helm playing great defense downfield. Applegate looking, and Cynthia Thomas says, I'm just going to cut in the same space again.
Oh, Cynthia Thomas. Incredible. But conservation immediately throws it away.
Just a little bit above both Eifert and Falk. Paige Applegate putting a mark onto Ellis, but she finds Helm. Helm will throw it deep here. A huge backhand. Does it stay inside? Oh, and it's coming back. Oh, the layout didn't need to happen, but I'm glad that Mansfield did kind of take her catch first and then down to the ground. So she didn't have to lay out, but she did have to extend for the disc.
Cam Helm with just a beautiful textbook backhand that was everything we wanted and more.
And again,
there's the turnover.
It's not windy.
No,
there is no wind right now.
Here's Cam just sending textbook perfect backhand where Mansfield is just leagues away. Doesn't have to lay out, but really thinks about it. Has to save it at the end, but what a run there. That would be Jenna Mansfield's first score of the game.
And on your media forum, do you have anything from the coaches that I think I talked to them before the game, but I can't remember the quote, and I don't want to butcher it. But it was very much like, hey, we're going to fall back on our practice. We're going to fall back on our, like, on the floor, not the ceiling. And we're not going to rise to the to the occasion. We're going to fall back on their basics, pretty much.
Yeah.
And you can see it there, right?
Yeah, totally.
The body control to have that late in the game, perfect throw and catch. Now let's see if Sidewinders, we're just asking for a couple of scores right here for the home crowd. Let's end the season on the win. Lexi Lambert, is she going to throw her first goal?
A lot of pressure here. I'm sure the stall
a nice
is
little
high.
push pass, but no stall. Pajuna said, you take your time, young kid. We'll get you a throw around. Tina with the give and go, just a little outside of Caroline O'Connell's hands. Bloomy looking to pick it up, and another sharp throw. Schultz pointing deep. She wants it.
And we know she'll throw it.
Oh, absolutely. Bile with Maxfield in the end zone. We've been here before.
I thought she was going to send it. A backhand.
A huge... Not quite there.
Not quite there. Victoria Gray really putting an A effort there to try and get there.
And we've seen Gray track down and come into discs before, but those backhands, kind of that 20-ish yards out, they can be fast. And there's no edge. The throw was very sharp versus soft. You'll see those soft throws kind of sit up for players to run onto, and that's just something that takes time. But Meredith, keep shooting those shots. We need to get back in the game. Oh, Lambert picking up.
Lambert saving the day there for Sidewinders.
Back to Caroline O'Connell. A little bit of a pick. The clock is still running.
I have to say, shooters got to shoot. At this point, I want to see Caroline and LP.
You want to see Caroline? You want to see them
and
throw?
Helen Eifert just ripping this down the field because
the
score needs to be closer. You know?
No, I don't care how it happens or how long it takes. I just want one more score.
It's not like a bias towards Sidewinders, which I definitely have because they're my team, but I want to see the Sidewinders find that confidence and get a couple scores here in the last 2 minutes. You know.
Brito with the disc on the sideline,
looking
to continue it. And Brito's done this a couple times this game, looking to throw it up. Wan's been great in the air, but Pajunas a little bit better. She is one of the best players in the Southwest for a reason. She came across from the person she was defending to help out over the top.
Absolutely.
And if that disc sails a little bit, she's in the perfect position.
Yeah, and another mention, she's now well past her 50 career blocks. I think that's 51 career blocks. Yeah, that's
51,
crazy.
that's 52.
No, I think it's I'm taking tally marks for stats. Okay. I can't be perfect. It's 51 or 52.
Bile in the middle of the field gets the quick catch and then dishes immediately too. San Diego does a great job of faking their players, but then downfield the players do an even better job adjusting. Schultz didn't see what she wanted, so she went back to the middle of the field. Gray surveying to Bloomy. Bloomy up to Meredith. Bile, who just rips a nice easy flick. Oh, okay. A stylish catch, Schultz.
Oh,
excellent
close.
By Maxfield.
Brito had the pressure there, right? You know, that she was in the right position, but that one was a tough one. She would have probably had to foul her to actually get the block, which, you've got the body control to not do that. You don't want to do that, right? So here's the replay. We've got Bloomy up to Meredith Bile, who puts an uncharacteristic big flick huck up.
That's the second successful flick we've seen from her.
We love seeing this from Bile. Schultz obviously reins it in, then does a high release backhand to what was the break side at that point to make Maxfield.
We've got some time kind of between this point and the next one. One thing that I think is really cool from the way that Schultz goes up is it's a very energetic kind of pop.
Yeah.
And I'm not a sports scientist. I'm also not very athletic. But it looks like she's extending or jumping from the field. Then her body's in a position to where she can just kind of attack the disc.
Yeah. Her vert is crazy. Like the way that she rebounds it's like very bouncy and her legs come up. She just gets a lot of air. She's incredibly athletic.
Oh, yeah. And if I'm any team in championship weekend, I'm watching these San Diego Super Bloom, and I am nervous to play them. Now, Sidewinders, you can throw it deep, you can throw it short, but please let's throw it to a Sidewinder, and please let's throw it to the end zone.
I think Sidewinders are still playing well tonight. I mean, the score is obviously it's 11 points. Did I do my math right this time? But they're still playing good Sidewinders ultimate here. And you got a lot of pressure in the last minute. They really want to score this last point in front of their home crowd, really end the season on a high note.
Yeah, Falk and Lippincott back underneath. She's not going to take any chances, but Eifert might. Goldstein, with a little bit of space, she will also lay out. But again, these throws have been very sharp from both teams. I wonder if they were expecting wind, and you would have to do that.
I have to say the last couple of games here at Perry High School have been really windy.
Yeah. So,
and I can't believe how not windy it is right now.
Oh, that is Neeson with a great throw. Eifert unable to get the D, but we're going back. Is that Krishnikova?
Yep, looking for that hook.
And then Neeson with the disc again. Not really any mark, so let's see. She's got plenty of time. Stombaugh
just 20 seconds
taking
left.
her time. Now we'll see if San Diego scores just kind of in their own motion.
What
great
a save!
layout.
Wow, Margot Nissen, what a save.
And the Sidewinders are looking to play off of the handlers, which is giving free resets. Zetner right here with the... Oh, and now it is San Diego's disc to do what they want with it. They're playing for point diff, and they're playing for the last score of the game. Caitlin.
Naomi Guzman with the final score for San Diego Super Bloom.
And we could say plenty about both teams. Do both teams have things to improve on?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do both teams have a next game? Unfortunately, no.
Here's that replay of that last score here. Margot Nissen.
Oh, I do love that layout.
Oh, what a save there.
We already have too many.
I know, we can't.
Too many
we can't
plays.
Play the game. Dishing it up to Alexis Samba, who is then going to send it to Guzman for her first score of the game after time expiration, leaving the final score at 20 San Diego, 8 Arizona Sidewinders.
If you count the scores from former Sidewinders, though, I'm thinking it's 20 and a little bit closer. It's a little bit closer.
Yeah, for sure.
So Sidewinders recruiting. Do we have a front office recruiters? We got all of the off season. But let's see. If we're going to start with Sidewinders. If we're the Sidewinders, I'm looking for a celebration of a season that was, in my mind, super successful. We're playing for the opportunity to stay in the hunt for championship weekend, second to last weekend. We're playing a super competitive first half against a title defending and looking to repeat caliber team from San Diego. I really appreciate just the growth and the confidence that the Sidewinder players have seen, but in the off season, are you looking for them to continue on, or just to say, hey, we had a great season, let's relax for a little bit? Do you think they build on it?
I think they build on it. So I saw a lot of things this season from the Sidewinders that I didn't see last year. I think that there are some of the games where obviously the score was big like this, big gap, but there were a lot of games they played really tight that looked really, really good. I've been really impressed by the Sidewinders this year. Madison Spiegel played out of her mind tonight.
Yeah.
Kristen Reed broke a single season scoring record. Paige Applegate, Chip Chang, just incredible, throws, receptions, touches on the disc. Kay Powell, I think they've got a lot to work on in the offseason, but I think this is a really good foundation for something new.
And the next generation, they're coming up, and they are ready to contribute. Everywhere from Tina to Lexi to the younger players who have been getting playtime when making big contributions.
Yeah.
O'Connell has been in the league for a couple seasons, but also stepping up big. And Leah Jameson, huge step up from last year to this year.
Absolutely. She's been great to watch.
And extremely bright, if you'll excuse my moon reference, full moon, but a bright future for the Sidewinders.
Totally.
And then what are you seeing for San Diego going kind of into next
For San
weekend?
Diego, I think that they've finally started to lean on not just their superstars out there, right? They've built up new players who are superstars this season.
Oh, yeah.
Abby Schultz, Lexus Samba played crazy tonight. Victoria Gray, they played great. Megan Maxfield and Meredith Bile really putting in the work tonight, especially Cam Helm looking great. San Diego has really gone from like these couple of stars. It was like Helton Pajunas and Ellie Melick and now put that energy and time into growing the rest of their team so that every single player is a superstar. They are championship ready. They have some things to work out, obviously, but based on the score, we know that they're the right team going to championship weekend this year, and they won for the first time last year after basically being in the title game multiple times. I'm curious to see if they're going to repeat. I think Bay Area Falcons are really going to give them a run for their money, but if they can make it to the champ game, if they both can come out and make it to the championship game, but I'm excited to see what San Diego does, and I think this was a great trial run tonight.
Everyone's a superstar speaks so well to the system and to the buy-in from players when it wasn't just Schultz, when it wasn't just Gray, multiple players kind of doing the same type of things, and you could tell players looked high in the stall count or otherwise. Players would kind of default to finding Bajunas or finding Iwamoto or finding Zettner, but that wasn't the majority of plays. That was only when things got tight, and that's what you need to win those championships. Players who are willing to take that next step up, to carry the load when Schultz needs to come across almost as if a play of the game caliber play needs to be made. So let's see what we've got and which one made it.
Yep, for our Discraft play of the game, it's going to be this cheeky throw from Chip Chang up to Sonny Harris, who immediately sends it to Madison Spiegel, coming under pressure, keeping a hold of the disc, almost losing it, but keeping a hold of it till the end. It felt right to give this to her with 5 goals tonight, the most out of any player on both teams tonight, just absolutely balling out. And for a team that only scored 8 points, 5 of them coming from Madison Spiegel, she earned that Discraft play of the game. I think she'll probably earn player of the week this week because she also had 3 blocks. So honestly, I have been so pleased to be up here with you, Mark, tonight to close out the 2026 Western Ultimate League season, regular season.
When does championship weekend start?
We're 2 weekends away from championship weekend, which will be held in Portland, Oregon. If you haven't gotten your tickets yet, you can get them from westernultimateleague.com. And if you're not able to make the game, please stream the game live on youtube.com/Western Ultimate League. We work really hard to make all live streams live and free and accessible to our fans. So please stream the games as we watch Colorado Alpenglow, Seattle Tempest, Bay Area Falcons, and San Diego Super Bloom battle it out for the Gold Cup of being the 2026 Western Ultimate League champions.
And I absolutely cannot wait. I'm going to be pouring over those stats. WUL also does a great job.
Yes, shout out the stats team.
They have one of the best kind of interfaces. It's easy to understand. You can go game to game. But this has been a blast. I'm so happy I got to commentate this game with you. I'm looking forward to championship weekend just as much. The score, who knows to who knows. That's in the past.
I just hope both teams had fun.
Well, both teams had fun. For myself, Mark Borger.
Myself, Caitlin Dowse. It has been an absolute pleasure. I hope you join us at championship weekend, and we'll see you in 2027.
See you then.
It is championship weekend in the Western Ultimate League.
Covered and grabbed in the end. Oh, what a grab! And oh my God!
Grab from Chung, and as Chip Chang launches to Stetmeyer for a goal.
And a blazing send
in the end zone, and it's a layout grab.
Up for Melnick.
Wow! Oh my goodness, Leah. That was a